All right. We are live, I think. Let me make sure it's live.
Why are you putting it this way, dude? What the?
Well, because I wanted to make sure we were good, bro.
Yeah, but you can restart the music anytime and any point. Why is my mic so low, dude?
Welcome in to the 23 Moto podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Way better.
I think I have to switch the... You're such...
What happened?
I'm trying to make sure that my cameras are good if I look at you. Welcome into the 23 Moto podcast. I'll adjust it. This is Michael. Well, what are you doing?
What happened, dude? Do you want to restart it?
There we go. All right. No, for some. All right.
Hey.
We will figure this out eventually.
Eventually, dude.
Wow. Welcome in, everybody.
There it is. You did it.
There you go. Is that better? Is that better for you? Welcome into the 23 Moto podcast. We had a race. We finally had a race under our belt, and I am so very excited for it.
We're live.
We are live. Max Anstie won 250s. Chase Sexton did not win 450s.
He did not. No.
Old man Eli Tomac won.
Yes, he did.
A lot of weird, chaotic stuff happening. We are ready to party. I am so jacked. Racing is back.
Are you, pumped, dude? Yeah,
I'm
actually super excited.
Look at that. I nailed that.
But life feels complete again.
It does. First and foremost, shout out Factory Effects, best graphics in the game.
It is, dude. My bike still looks good.
If you want to look good and you feel good, you get some Factory Effects graphics.
That's right. Yeah.
Shout out Firepower Parts with my KX sitting over there on that Firepower work stand. Oh, you got the shirt on too. Look at you.
I got a Firepower stand.
Yeah, you do.
And I got a Firepower ramp.
You have a podium stand, I think.
I have two Firepower stands.
Ooh, dang.
One of them is a podium stand. The other one is not. My ramp is Firepower, and I got a Firepower shirt on. And probably tomorrow, I might get a Firepower tattoo.
Dude, I would love for you to do that. I have my Ethica shirt on. Ben and I are working on the code. It's not there yet, but I am working on the code. And then obviously Mika Metals. I'm waiting. My bars are going to be coming in, I think maybe tomorrow or the day after. And then running some of their parts, like Bar X team is running them. Club MX is running Mika Metals.
Yeah.
And then, of course, don't forget Best Pizza and Brew.
They have the best pizza.
Best pizza.
I don't know about the brew, dude, because I'm not really a drinker, and I've never been there for brew.
Yeah, you don't really drink that much. So, So welcome into the 23 Moto podcast. I am Michael. This is Robbie.
Hey,
and we have a whole lot to cover. Colt Nichols is going to join us at 6 o'clock. Big E from Yoshimura is going to join us at 5:30.
All right.
And I mean, it's going to be a fantastic time.
Why couldn't Colt join before that?
I don't know. I was just trying to stack
Why didn't you put him at like 4:45?
Just have him here before we started.
Yeah. So
have him in the waiting room right there.
Talk to Biggie for 30 minutes.
Oh, dude, Big E could fill 30 minutes easily.
What are we going to talk about?
Yoshimura
for 30 minutes?
Probably.
Let's do it.
I do have a couple questions. So before we start, and I did this on my good day, bad day thing. Speaking of Yoshimura, on the good day, bad day is, dude, the Barsha Malcolm Stewart incident.
Hold on. Speaking of Yoshimura, they're in the comments right now.
Oh, good.
Literally in the comments. If you guys would like to interact with Yoshimura in the comments, do it. They are in there right now. Dude,
somebody's plugging a sponsor in the comments.
That's why I said, I almost did.
So anyways, going back to Barsha, we need to talk about the whole situation on that's the first and foremost, I think the most important. That's my
Apple mouse here, dude.
Because if I have to do anything in here,
you finally got smart.
Yeah. But
I like it.
Barsha, dude, it was pretty heavy.
Yeah, it was bad, dude.
It was bad what he did and how he crashed and everything that, you know, he kind of went through was pretty gnarly during the race event. His team manager, or I can't remember, it was somebody that was pretty high and important at Ducati. He was he was distraught, dude. He was crying.
You were standing next to him.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It was really bad. I mean, I was right there. I don't remember the actual crash, so like I don't recall like seeing it happen or anything.
You were standing right there for the crash.
Yeah, but I think I was filming somewhere else, or I don't know what I was filming. You know what I mean?
You were to the right. Here's the triple.
So I might have been out by the
landing.
Start.
You were to. You might have been
by the whoops. I was over by the whoops.
Yeah, I think you were.
Yeah, so I was over there on first time being on the ground, which is a story I'll get into later.
Not, though. You've had some crashes.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know what I mean?
But I meant filming on the floor.
Yeah.
That is funny though.
Yeah.
And it kind of sad at the same time.
Yeah.
But I definitely definitely feel for Justin Barcia in that moment. Malcolm in that moment too. It looked like what he was kind of going through was really bad. Now the first thing I'm going to say is I think there was a miscommunication or a misunderstanding of what was going on with the Alpine Stars medical crew and the local fire department, EMT, or all that stuff. There was an EMT that was right there.
That's the fire department, but they are EMTs in the fire department.
Yeah. That you have to now.
Yeah.
And so I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know why there was two people that went over to Malcolm. And everybody agrees it did take too long to get to Justin. I don't think it was intentional. I don't think it was something that it was negligence. That crew,
Alpine Stars is top notch,
bro, dude. That medical crew usually always comes through and delivers. They never have issues.
One of the hardest parts about seeing all that is everybody going after Alpine Stars, the company.
Yeah,
people got to understand Alpine Stars is their sponsor, like a title sponsor.
They sponsor it
for the medics.
You know what's crazy? One of the medical people there that's part of the crew is my orthopedic surgeon, Doc Alexander.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, dude, it is the weirdest thing in the world seeing him at those things. Like, I've seen him right before I go under anesthesia, and then I see him hopefully never going under anesthesia again. But so
you're talking about, you feel for Barcia.
Dude.
Think about his wife at that
watching
moment,
it,
not knowing what's happening. Dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's the person that was probably freaking out the most out of everybody there.
That's what I couldn't imagine what it's like for being somebody that is so close to him and being family, being loved ones, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like that had to have been absolutely insane. When I first saw him, I legit thought
he was just laying
there. Because I was behind him, so I couldn't see his face. I thought he was just laying there because he was hurt.
I got a question for you then.
Yeah.
So you were filming, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody came up to you and said something. Did they say stop filming?
What do you mean they came up to me?
So you were filming Barcia. You couldn't see it. You thought maybe he was just laying there. You didn't realize he was knocked out or anything, right?
Yeah, no idea.
A lot of people were filming.
Nobody
people
said
from
anything.
The other side. No, somebody said something to you. Not saying, hey, stop filming or anything. Somebody said something to you. I have it on.
Can you show it to me?
It's all over YouTube, wherever. Yeah. You're in it.
I don't know.
So somebody came up to you, walked up next to you, wearing black. They were another filmer. They said something. You put your camera down.
Lindsay. It might have been Michael Lindsay right next to me, saying something. Nobody ever came up to me. I did post a clip, and I had but from behind, and I didn't really realize that he was as hurt as he was. But right. You couldn't see his face. You couldn't, and I didn't know he was really jacked up. And so. It's fine. I know better to do that next time. But no, nobody came up to me and said, hey, you're not supposed to, or you shouldn't, or nothing like that. I think somebody came up to me asking me what happened. I think
maybe that's what it was,
but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, actually filming and stuff like that. Like, no, nobody came up to me, while I was sitting there or whatever.
I'll show you the video.
So it was really, really sad. The one thing I will say is, I don't understand how they can so quickly red flag a race when somebody's actually okay. And they didn't red flag this one. Like they should have made a decision.
Dude. No, they red flagged that pretty dang quick.
Did they really?
It was pretty quick.
It seemed like it took forever down there, dude.
It was probably a good. No, they red flagged it pretty quick, dude.
Did they really?
They did. It didn't take that long. It took, and I hate to say this, it took longer for the medics to get there than for them to red flag it.
Yeah. So like I said, I don't think it was anything of Alpine Stars medical crew's like wrongdoing. I don't think. I just think that it was just a weird set of circumstances, and I don't think that would ever happen again. I think if you have that situation 100 times out of 100, they ace it 99 times.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And this one, and thank God, dude. Thank God Justin Barcia's okay,
dude.
Right? Like, can't believe that.
You want to know my initial thought?
He was like jacked up.
Either he was gone, or he's got to have bigger problems in life.
Yeah, and thank God, I mean? It wasn't, dude.
And he walked away.
He walked out of the hospital the next day.
That's what I'm saying. Perfectly fine,
dude. It's wild.
Just super sore.
Like, it's one of the weirdest things in. I don't know, dude. Like it gave me when I was behind there. And I saw him, I didn't really think it was that severe. It was when I came back around by the starting gate and I saw him, I was just like, oh, dude, it's like bad.
Well, like he was also having, as far as I know, he was having a seizure, right?
That's
so
what it
his
seemed
body
like,
was moving, right?
Yeah.
So I think people were assuming he was just laying there, he was hurt, but he was actually moving, but it really wasn't the case.
So what I did ask is, I did ask somebody from Ducati. I said, hey, what, I don't need to know details. I don't need to know what's going on. But like when some of the doctors and stuff like that are there, like the medical people, when they look panicked, there was somebody, I can't remember. I don't know if it was Mike Mewey or somebody was down there from Feld, and they were panicked. And I'm like, oh, dude, this isn't good. That's when it all kind of like set in. I'm like, this is bad.
The firefighter that originally got to him first ran off the track and was waving someone at somebody like they need to get over here right this second.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are giving the flaggers some crap, right? The track crew crap, saying, how come you're picking up bikes and you're not going after Barcia? People got to understand, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, but as far as I know, they're not allowed to attend to riders, right? That are down like that. If their job is to get the bikes off the track so other people don't run into bikes, get hurt, right?
Yeah.
So as far as I know, track crew is not allowed to help injured riders or anything like that. Their job is to get debris, anything out of the way so medical crew can get to them.
So yeah, you're 99% right. The 1% is they use the bike as a shield. So they're supposed to take the bike and prop it in front of somebody that's down.
Oh, that's a good point. I think that's what he was doing.
Yeah. And so can you imagine? I'm not trained professionally. Could you imagine if I ran over there and grabbed Barcia and God forbid hurt him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bad. Like, dude,
was his throttle stuck open? Because when the track crew grabbed it,
the bike dude took off and like did a donut or something. It was kind of wild, dude. Like that whole scene, like I didn't realize it at first, especially when I first like got recorded the video. I didn't realize it was that bad. And then you post it, you forget about it, like that
it's one of those things you just want to post real quick. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like, it's news. It's like, dude, Mookie and Barcia, who are top 10 guys, are now hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, like they're down bad, and I don't know. The other thing too is you don't know what people are showing on the TV and what they're not, right? Not in the sense of like they're hiding anything, but more in the sense of, I don't know if they're on commercial when that stuff's going on. I don't know if, they've said people are hurt.
And also the broadcast from inside the stadium to actually the racing that's happening is delayed.
Oh, yeah.
It's delayed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could look up at the broadcast and being like,
oh, on the TVs, you
know what I mean? So you can't look up at the broadcast on the screens and be like, okay, they're not showing this or they are showing this because it is delayed.
Yeah.
But everybody, there's so many people were filming. The bunch of the filmers that are over there by the starting gate, they were filming it.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? So
it is what it is.
You did nothing wrong.
It is what it is.
Why? Did somebody say something?
No.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where we don't like seeing it happen. It is part of our sport. It is part of
what's up, Cash.
It is part of everything that that we love and hate about our sport at the exact same time. Is how insanely difficult it is how scary it is, all that stuff, and and we still choose to ride again.
Love it,
and
as bad as that was, Mookie walked away better.
He seemed hurt.
He did, yes, but they both came out of that way better than I thought it was going to turn out.
Dude, 1,000%, especially when you get hit, and he was wearing the airbag, right? And but he hit his head, right? So it protects only so much, but I think it did do a lot of good for him.
Yes, because the airbag deployed before he hit the ground.
And I wish somebody had, I swear to God, for research purposes, I wish somebody had a slow-mo of it so you could see that, like a high quality slow-mo.
I don't know about high quality.
Oh, like
you can see there's a difference in some of the videos that I watched to where it looks like he got bigger before he hit the ground.
Oh, like he puffed up.
Yeah. So, and even if he did land on his head, or which he did land on his head, it looked like he landed on it perfectly. So where he landed, he kind of rolled out of it, not land on his head and his whole body. You know what I mean? His head took the whole blunt force of it. That's why it looks like when he landed, he kind of rolled, and that's why it looks like he flopped so far. Yeah, because he kind of rolled out of it in a way.
So so I'm happy. I'm very happy that Barcia's okay. He's such a good dude. Yeah. Like he's such a solid, funny dude. He's good for our sport. It sucks he's going to be out. I have no idea how long, but
do you know how many followers Barcia had?
700,000. He had like 700,000 or something.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
He's over 800,000 now.
Yeah. I want to say he was around 700.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. I went to his Instagram to look at the video to see if I could read some comments. The first thing I saw, I'm like, dude, that ate almost 1 million followers.
I know when he posted that video, I was like, there's no way.
It's got like 3 million views.
I'm like, there's no way this guy is that okay from this. No. There's no way.
He's never been that sore in his life.
Dude,
that's how I feel from going to work every day, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming home, wake up in the morning at 40 years old.
Dude, when you get old, dude, you wake up and you twist an ankle, you fall down the stairs, like I do.
I've asked you repeatedly, dude.
I don't know where that clip is.
No, you have more than one.
I know.
Send me all the videos of you falling down the stairs so I can post them, please.
I can't. I don't know where they are.
Yeah, you do. Ruth will find them.
So, yeah. So glad Barsha's okay. Glad really Mookie really is okay.
Yeah.
All things considered. So kind of got out of that one pretty lucky. So getting to A1.
You want to talk about 250s, dude?
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about the track.
You want to talk about last week's?
I want to talk about track. You didn't say he was going to stop it. So you're baiting me and I'm not doing it. So the track I thought was pretty good. I thought the layout
pretty basic.
Yeah, but it should be for A1.
It was really rocky.
Yeah, it was.
Why?
And it was dry. With all the rain that we got, I was shocked how dry it was.
Well, what I heard is they didn't wet the track because they thought it got so much rain. They thought it was going to be more moist. The dirt was going to be more wet than it actually was.
And they didn't.
But why on top? Because everybody's saying it was super slick. So down on the floor, was it really that rocky?
It was.
Small little pebbles and rocks over the top of it.
And dude, it rutted up pretty good too. The whoop section got gnarly and chewed up.
Dude, it's bad.
Yeah, it was people just all over the place.
By the whoops.
The little bump that took Sexton out right before the tunnel or the what do they call that?
The over and under.
Yeah, dude,
he hit that hard.
Bro, Tomac almost got taken out too.
Yeah, he didn't. Cameron McAdoo hit it hard, but he hit it pretty hard, dude.
He hit it really hard. So the track, I thought it was pretty good. Pete Fox.
I thought it was cool.
Pete Fox?
Yeah.
He posted a thing on Instagram that said, take out triples. I'm like, or eliminate them the first lap.
Somebody else said that.
No, he said eliminate the triple the first lap.
No, you're not. You have to double it. You have to double it or roll it. You cannot jump the triple on the first lap.
That is so stupid. He is one of the smartest dudes in our sport, and he helped create Fox. That is one of the dumbest things you can try and
I've heard a lot of different things.
All you do
roll it. You have to double it the first jump or the first lap, or take out the triple altogether. Just make it one big double.
I don't like that.
Or
it's still going to be the same thing. I understand somebody coming up, but he came up on the landing, right? So it could still happen on a double.
Well, what they're saying, what I heard is, if you don't jump the double, you can't roll the landing. You have to go around it and get back on the track.
I don't know. I don't think any of that stuff works, but I think you can. I'm all for brainstorming ideas, right? Yeah. Figuring stuff out to help make that safer. To me, I'm like, dude, just make sure you put the triple farther back in the track.
It was.
No, it wasn't that far.
It was.
It wasn't that far. It wasn't the farthest point that you could get. You basically made the first turn and you did the rhythm section. You made a left-hand turn and then it hit the triple.
Now right? I'll pull up the track map. It was further in,
but you could put it in the section where you were. You put it over there, right? You
just put it rhythm section over there.
It was, but you put it farther away from the start of the race.
Yeah, but everybody's still on top of each other through the whole first lap.
Yeah, but at least it spreads it out a little bit more, But taking it out completely is just not the right move. I'm
not saying they're talking about taking out triples completely.
Yeah, but I don't know. It sucks. It is part of our sport, but it sucks.
I don't know what is how you go around that.
I don't know. I don't know
what the solution is.
So, but I thought the track was really good. It was packed, dude. That was maybe the most packed A1 I've ever seen.
It was sold out.
It was crazy, dude.
It was sold out. I think San Diego and A2 will be pretty much like it.
Well, which is pretty rad to think about. If you have that many fans at the races and stuff like that, that's good for our sport.
It is. And you knew who showed up there?
Ryan Garcia.
My buddy, Ryan Garcia.
That's boxer. So crazy, dude.
He's a really good friend of mine.
That was super weird.
We talk all the time. You can see the video I posted. We literally give each other a hug.
Up. Yeah, it's like
that was literally the first time I ever met him.
Apparently, he's an Ethica guy too, because Johnny Louch brought him.
Yes. So Ryan Garcia has been my favorite boxer. Even ask Karina, my wife.
Yeah,
he's been my favorite boxer for years. I watch all his fights, everything. That's my favorite boxer. Karina and I are walking, and he was coming into the stadium through security. We walk past, and I stop her. I'm all, what the heck? That looks like Ryan Garcia. And sure enough, he turned around, and it was. he was live streaming or he was videotaping. Yeah. So I didn't want to be rude and go up to him and say hi if he was in the middle of videotaping. She's like, you better go say hi. Then I realized he was live streaming. He's going to be live streaming the whole time. So I went up and said hi. Guys, I knew it wouldn't have been being rude to interrupt him.
He's filming. You know what I mean? He's doing stuff, you know?
So nice.
Oh, yeah. He's cool.
Such a nice guy, dude.
You're kind of a wimp, dude.
Why?
You know why?
Why am I?
Why didn't you ask him?
Ask him what? Oh, the body shot challenge?
Yeah.
No, I'm good, dude.
Why didn't you do that, dude?
I'll call me a wimp. That's fine.
I did not want to be punched by
him.
You should be like, all right, lay it on me, dude. Just give me 1, 2.
He probably would have did it right there.
Oh, he would have done.
He probably would have told his guy to go back to the van. I have it in the van. Come into the parking lot.
No, you gotta take it bare, dude.
No, dude. No.
Yeah, dude. Just take one to the freaking rib, dude.
I wanted to enjoy the rest of my night. That would have sent me home.
That would have sent you home. You would have been in the hospital with Barsha. You would have been in the ER with him. Dude.
I could have met Barsha. I could have met Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia could have led me to meet Barsha.
Be like, dude, what are you doing?
I messed up.
Yeah. Why are you here, Barsha?
It's cool to see people on that global of a scale, like a global world superstar showing up to the events.
Yeah, that was,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's cool that Johnny Lausch knows him.
I know. I think he's an Ethica guy. I think is why.
I don't know.
I think. I don't know for sure.
Well, all I know is Johnny Lausch knows him. You know Johnny Lausch. I know you. Make it happen.
All right. I
like
what I mean? The dominoes fall correctly there. So yeah, and Johnny needs to come on the pod too.
Yeah.
So
Apex. What's up, Apex? Apex says broken ribs for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, so you had a pretty cool track, a good turnout. It was awesome. You know, it was really good to get back to the races and see all that stuff. Super slick. Dude, I forgot to bring it up, and I actually meant to bring this up before. I am the king so far. I am the king of getting clickbait type comments from Hayden Deegan.
Why? What do you mean?
The pre-race prep conference, bro.
Oh, which was really good.
Yeah.
It was so good. There's people talking about it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
And I was like, dude, why is it like, so somebody asked a question to Hayden Deegan and about Kitchener. I can't remember the exact question, but I'm like, he chuckled to himself when he was asked. Right. It was comparing himself or something. And I noted it. I'm like, dude, the dude just laughed and nobody had a follow-up.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you follow that up?
You saw your moment.
Yes,
you're like,
dude.
I'm taking this and I'm running with it.
Why wouldn't you follow up with like, you just chuckled, you just laughed.
Yeah.
You know, like what, like tell me, like get more behind that. Like what's going on?
Tell me why you laughed,
He even used it in his freaking hype reel, dude.
I know. So it was used on there. DB brought it up.
DB needs to give credit, bro.
Love Daniel Blair. And a couple other people brought it up in their videos. The part that you talked about or that you said it was in some videos, but some others it weren't. It was just about the response.
But I'm just saying, like, be a little different. Be a little.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good question. As soon as I heard it, I'm all, that was a good question.
Yeah, dude.
And it was a really good response.
My heart was racing through my chest to ask a question in front of all those people, dude. Because you don't want to be a freaking dummy,
you
dude.
Don't. The first time I went with you,
in Anaheim, A1 last year,
right?
Yeah,
we were at the post-race press conference, and it was the first time you ever had a question. I thought I was gonna faint, dude, and I wasn't even the one asking the question. I'm like, this is live. There's all these big top media dudes in here. Sean Brennan's in there.
Yeah.
The writers,
Joe Weber.
Joe Roxon's in here. Sexton's in here. Anderson's in here. You know what I mean? I'm like, my brother's about to ask a question. Please don't choke up and then be like, I forgot I was going to say. You know what I mean? I thought I was going to pass out, dude. I was so nervous for you.
I thought my heart was going to go through my chest. And then I asked it. And then I was like holding the mic because that was the last 250 question. And then the 450s came up and RJ's there. Nobody took the mic from me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm asking another one, dude.
Oh, you asked another one?
Yeah. So I asked RJ a question.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah. And like, dude, I have a story for you, by the way.
Why?
So he's smart.
RJ's
smart.
Oh. Is this about what I think
it is? To tell you off air? I don't think I will. He's smart.
If you feel like you have to tell me off air,
I don't think I do.
I don't
think I do. Yeah, dude is.
So let's just do this.
That is not.
Wait.
Nope. There you go.
Nope. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Never mind, dude. I'll just admit. Hold on.
No, you're gonna mess with my. You're gonna freaking dude. People are gonna turn this off, bro. So I asked RJ the question, and when I asked him the question, my nerves were completely fine. Like I was like, because I asked one, I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad.
Once you get through with the first one, then you're solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just getting that first one out of the way.
Yeah. So So
Real Housewives of Moto says make pressers great again. Shout out Cash and Gianna watching live from home right now.
We're trying. So the other thing, dude, is Mathis and Kiefer were sitting right in front of me to the right.
Dude, what was Kiefer? Kiefer was asking questions
dying laughing, dude. I was laughing. They were messing with each other the whole time, like off mic.
That would be fun people to sit next to.
Oh, dude, it is. And Kiefer or Mathis. No. Mathis did it first. He said, "Hey, Mathis, with Kiefer racing or testing or whatever." And then he asked the question. And then when Kiefer got his question, he said, "Yeah, Kiefer with Pulp MX."
Is
like
that
they were
why
going
they
back
were
and
saying
forth.
different media names? Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure Steve said, "Hey, this is Steve Mathis from Track Talkers."
Yes, he did.
Or something like that.
Yeah,
I was like, what is happening right now? You know what I mean? And Kiefer did something else where he said, "This is Chris Kiefer with," it was someone else. I don't remember who it was. I was like, are they there on different assignments for different companies? I was confused.
They were just screwing around, dude.
That's great. Those are two good people to have around.
Kiefer's rad. Kiefer is one of my favorite guys in the industry. He's a real dude.
Never met him.
He's smart. You know, like he's just a funny guy. Like he'll make an effort to like talk to you. What really sucks. Oh, shout out Apex sending us $5, dude.
Hey,
let's go, baby. Anybody else that's watching these, anybody else, if you want to do some, you know, super chats or whatever, feel free, jump in here.
Send us some money.
Yeah, dude, send me some money. You could jump in these chats, and you know, it helps. We're a privateer company. We need all the money we could get.
Okay. So the way he's asking kind of sounds bad, and asking like he's begging for it.
Brother, I'm always begging for, you know, people for helping us out. Why wouldn't you?
We both have normal jobs.
Well, yeah.
Most of this comes out of pocket. Why are you taking
it away, dude?
Most of this comes out of pocket. So by you guys helping us, it helps us out tremendously. That's it. Thank you. We appreciate you very much.
Well, you gotta be all cool.
Send me your money.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just kidding.
So it was all overall, it was like a really good press conference. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy A1 just because it's chaos.
Was that Ethan's first press conference?
A1 press conference? Yeah, actually. No, he was at Paula and they have one there.
No, for Supercross.
I don't know. He's sitting in the freaking in my office right now instead of sitting here acting like Jamie.
Ethan, if you're watching this, come out here real quick, please.
Yeah, he might. I don't think he will.
Yeah, come out here real quick.
No, he'll comment on it before he will come out here.
No, come out here.
So he was at Paula, and so I can't remember. I don't remember if he was at the press conference or not.
But a national press conference, everything compared to a Supercross event is different. So much different.
It is different.
So I'm curious.
But it was really cool to have A1 chaos. You know, it was, I don't know, dude. It was just a lot going on, dude. A lot.
It was cool. It was exciting. It's A1, dude. It's the most anticipated, most exciting race of the whole freaking season.
Yeah, it is. And it lived up. I think it lived
100% lived up to the hype.
Like you have who, I mean, dude, you know who surprised me? And we'll get
stop writing in the comments, Toasty Productions, and get your butt out here.
See, Supercross Press was more intense. It was definitely very impressive with, and we'll, because Big E's going to come on, so we're going to have to cut this a little short, but Ryder D, bro, he's showing,
dude. Ryder D is showing who he can actually and who he really is. If Ryder D can stay away from the injuries and the stupid mistakes that's causing bigger issues, he would be so freaking good.
Yeah.
Not be so good because he is so good, but he would be up there with the top guys.
I know.
Every weekend.
I know. It was absolutely wild to see what he did. He looked so good. Remember, I think I texted you. I texted somebody.
Yes, it was.
I'm like, Ryder D looks good.
It was a group chat. So let me ask you this. Do you think it was a good idea or a bad idea to give Hayden the finger gun?
Ooh, I don't think it's
honest
ever.
Question.
Okay, because nobody's been able to like really back up the performance. Shout out Steezy. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Keep up the good work, boys. We will try.
Steezy MX, $5. I appreciate you, dude. WWW.
So
Ethan in the chat, getting everybody.
Ethan in the chat. Yeah, get out in the garage, Ethan. Or the studio.
Here.
The studio.
Right
Sorry,
here
we're not sitting in my garage in Temecula. We're in a high class studio in a high rise of LA downtown.
Why LA?
I don't know.
Dude?
I don't know, dude.
Nobody likes LA.
San Diego.
We're in Miami right now, dude.
Miami? Okay, yeah, Miami. So he looked super good. He looked quick. He looked comfortable. Maybe the Husky fits him better
than the gas.
I mean, it's not that much of a different bike, but it is, right?
Well, it could be also a change in a different team, different environment, stuff like that.
You know why he's
Hold on, we get back. Hold on, no. The finger gun.
I don't think it was a good idea. You don't finger Deegan.
You don't finger Deegan.
You really don't finger gun Deegan,
because he'll come back for you. You know what I mean? He's going to come back for more of the fingers.
I can't believe I said that on here.
So I honestly, I don't think it was a good idea. Why? There's a couple of reasons why. Now Hayden knows you finger blasted him. Right? Okay. I'm just saying. You pointed the finger at him like you took him off the bike and give him a little shot, right?
Oh,
now he knows that.
Dude.
Now he's going to start chirping at you. He's going to come after you. But
that was fantastic.
If you don't live up to what you did at A1 at San Diego or A2,
I know,
doesn't really look the best. And even if you come in fourth and Deegan comes in third and he finger guns you,
I know
he got you back, dude.
You know who also? Oh, shout out Joe in the chat, dude. I appreciate that, Joe. We appreciate the support,
dude. I love everybody in the chat. Is whoever gives
money, they should get
chats,
dubs.
People are writing back saying W to that person, W Joe.
So
dude, we got more W's.
Speaking of 250s, you know who also performed really well
on a 250?
Chance Hymas. And you know what Chance Hymas runs on his bike?
Graphics.
He does run graphics. He also runs a very nice exhaust system.
He does. It's the best.
That's Yoshimura.
I literally start mine in my garage all the time just so I could hear
I know. And you have it
I probably need a new one because it's probably heated up too much.
I know. And you have a guy from Yoshimura that's joining us on the show.
Yeah.
Let's do Big E.
What's up, dude?
Big E.
What's up, boys?
Yeah, we got audio. We got, dude, look at the jerseys behind this guy.
Look at the jerseys. Look at the hat. Look at the shirt. Everything.
Yeah.
That jersey right there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
So that jersey right there, Chase Sexton gave to me at Pala.
Oh, sick.
All right, cool guy.
20 in the year 23. So just so you know, 23.
The year, dude,
when he was on Honda, that was good.
So,
yes.
All right, I have a couple questions for Big E.
Okay.
Big E is basically all things Yoshimura. I think you do literally everything for that company. You do a lot, dude. One, I'm mad I didn't see you in your white jumpsuit. Do you have a white jumpsuit?
A Yoshi white?
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
I didn't see
I didn't run it because I can't, I got a lot of requests, but I'm just like, I can't do the same magic trick over and over again, right?
Yes, you can.
It's okay. Maybe I'll bring it to San Diego.
Dude, you should. And so I was a little bummed with that. I got there late, so I couldn't really spend too much time running around and seeing everybody. So I actually didn't even see you there. But there's one thing that is on my mind, okay? And that we're gonna get to.
There's only one thing. You have a whole podcast. You got one thing.
I was gonna say, dude, what is this guy doing?
I've been wanting to know the answer to this question as soon as I saw it. All right. So Jorge Prado.
Can we get custom Yoshimura?
Yes.
Exhaust graphics with our name on it. I'm just saying. That's the one question.
That's not the question.
Only if that's not what's on your mind though.
No. Okay. So the question I have is Jorge Prado got third, and then he got dock points because he failed sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
but
I had thoughts about this too.
But Tomac didn't fail sound. Now I understand they don't run a good enough exhaust system that you guys have.
They don't.
Okay. But how does that happen where one bike, and the same team, all that stuff? Like, have you had that happen before? Like, what? I don't get it.
Yeah. So to answer your question, that's like an exhaust company's. Even though we're not all in charge of sound, obviously the exhaust on the bike is one place that the sound comes out of. But one of the things that people really need to understand that the airbox and the engine actually make a lot of that noise. That when they're doing sound testing, it's not just coming from the exhaust. It's a lot of noise coming from the airbox and a lot of noise coming from just the mechanical part of the engine. Like, so if you put like a moving blanket over a bike and leave the exhaust hang out, it's actually really quiet. So there's a lot of noise coming from the bike itself.
Okay.
So to answer your question about Jorge, so I don't know anything about their program, but I do hear that Jorge has a very different setup than Tomac. So they're not the same motorcycles. They might have a different tune. But one of the things that I was actually walking by the AMA where the tech, they do sound. And I saw I think it's Richard Sterling, his mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw him there all by himself. So I don't know whether he maybe showed up late or he was trying to deal with what was happening with sound, but I just saw him And I think I saw Dean Baker there, which I think is the tech that does the sound, which he's very experienced. So I don't know what happened, but a lot of people speculated because our boy Jorge was so excited about getting third. He blew this packing right out of his muffler because he was revving that thing to the moon.
Yeah.
Do you remember him just going?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I would have too, dude. So
do they do sound check before the main event and then obviously for the podium? So they do it in the beginning of the day only?
They do it. A lot of the guys get it done on Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, okay.
And then they sticker it and it has this day.
And any of the podium guys, they have to sound check again, right?
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Which I think is relatively new. They do that in Europe, but it's relatively new for the AMA guys to do that. After the race.
That actually does answer my question. Yeah. It was like really frustrating where I'm like, dude, out of anybody who revs their bike to the moon and usually has the loudest bike in the world is Tomac. And then I'm like, dude, Prado failed sound. Like, how does that, like, come on, you know? So really though, what I want to know is how's Yoshimura? Like how are you doing? Because obviously Jet has been delivering championships, race wins. Hunter has too.
We've been delivering, and not championships, but we've been delivering.
I'm not saying I'm bigger than Jet, okay? But right now, I could ride my bike with a Yoshimura. He can't.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying. All right. So right now I'm better than Jet Lawrence on a dirt bike.
I agree.
I would say you're probably faster than Jet right now for sure.
I'll be honest with you. Jet can hop on a dirt bike with one leg and lap me.
Same.
Yeah. So what's going on with Yoshimura, dude? How's everything there?
Oh, it's good. You know what? Just
you got to move in frame on camera, my friend. There you go. There you go.
It's good. I mean, we're just hanging in there, enjoying Supercross. That first race was insane.
Yeah.
It was good.
Obviously, you knew it would be, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it was sold out. But yeah, I think we're doing good. Like, we're excited. I mean, our Honda product moves really well. You guys, obviously, both of you guys ride a Cowie now. You know how good our exhaust system is on that thing. So
Cowie boys.
Are you keeping that Cowie? Did you buy it?
No, so I didn't buy it. So Cowie, Brad at Cowie and Sean at Cowie are letting me kind of run it for a little bit. And I mean, and you've seen, like, I've delivered pretty good impressions for you guys too, but they saw, dude, I almost got close to 1 million impressions with Kawasaki related things. And so they didn't need it back in really soon. So they extended it with me. So now I have it until March.
Nice.
And so
did you show them it's actually on the front of our website?
Oh, no, I didn't actually. Yeah. So I shot photos of it, sent it to E. So he had it I don't know, because you might need Cowie stuff.
Yeah.
It's on freaking front and center, dude.
No way.
On Yoshimura's website.
Oh, sick. That's great, dude.
Yoshimura-rd.com, baby. I think it's maybe the second slide over after Jet. I can't remember second or third slide over.
You can't complain on that.
I'm not complaining.
You can't complain on that.
I'm just happy. I'm happy I'm there. You know what I mean?
What's it look like when it comes to teams that you sponsor, right? Do you guys give them allotted amount of exhaust going in, or do you guys ship them every week exhaust to teams or anything like that? How does that all work?
So it really depends on the team. Like, for the Honda HRC boys, all that testing is done way preseason. So their engine tune's done. Hey, what kind of header do you want to run? What kind of power do you want? Where do you want it? All that stuff is done preseason when they're testing. So we build a lot of that stuff way ahead of time. So, like, a lot of people ask, like, hey, what do you have to do at Anaheim? Like, I always tell them, like, all of our homework's done. All that stuff is done, and we just show up and crazy. Watch the boys do their thing, So for the Honda guys, a lot of people think they just get endless exhausts, and that's not the case. We usually build them about, it's probably about somewhere around 10 for Supercross. It'd be like maybe 10 or 12 sets of exhaust per rider. Somewhere in that neighborhood. And then the exhaust, after they get used, they actually come back here, they get inspected, they get repacked, and then they go back out to the race team. So, and that's really a lot like our consumer exhaust. Like, we tell people, like, hey, when it's time to repack your exhaust, send it back. We'll do a repack, we'll refurbish it, we'll, get it all looking like new and send it back to you. So we kind of have the same program we do with our factory teams as we do our consumers. So
you're saying we're factory riders?
Yeah.
In a sense. Yeah. Your factory.
Why are you downplaying it, bro? Why are you downplaying it? Come on.
No, it's not your factory. Dude, who else has bikes on the front of our website except for Jets?
That's true.
Well, it's not even my bike technically, so
that's true.
But I have 3 on it with factory effects graphics.
That's it.
I'll send you mine too. You know what I mean?
It's a good point.
It's 39. It ain't 23, but it's got factory effects graphics with the Yoshi on there.
Yeah, that's true. It's almost identical.
We need current models. We need current models though, Robbie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you tell me a 24 is not good enough, huh?
So that's
You gotta move up.
Tell my wife that. She's watching right now.
Oh, that's a good point.
Tell my wife right now I need to update.
Robbie really, really needs a new motorcycle.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. That worked. I think it worked.
So. You said so.
We'll see what she says in the
It's got too many hours on it.
Yeah, it does.
Talk about because the biggest thing and what kind of the one reason why I was happy that I moved away from the Honda, especially when it came to you guys, right, at Yosh, is I'm like, you guys have so many more things that you guys are very good at than just Honda. A lot of people, I mean, dude, you guys were the title sponsor for Suzuki for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if it's on the roadside still. I can't remember there's still partnerships on different levels that aren't just Moto, right? You guys do all sorts of different things. But like, what's some of the bigger verticals for you or bigger spaces that you guys are kind of in that's not Honda?
So I would say that we really don't. I mean, we really, for better or worse, we really put all our eggs in one basket called Honda HRC. So, and that entails obviously the Honda HRC boys here, also the MXGP team, which now has Jeffrey Hurlings, and Tom that just got over there and he's riding the bike now, and then they have 1 250 rider, and then we also take care of a Japanese race team that actually does a lot of testing and developing for Honda in Japan. So on the motorcycle side, but off of Honda, we really, I always tell people, like, one of my biggest things is like we really don't have a desire to be on every bike in the paddock.
Yeah,
we really want to be like we take care of Kevin Morantz, like he's a great example of like, hey, we have a great
Grant
KTM.
Harlan too, right?
And Grant, he's on the team now this year. So we have a great KTM product. We I tell people, like, one of the things that we do is, like, if we can't make really good power out of a motorcycle, we won't make the product. So like there's been holes in our line because like a lot of times the stock exhaust system is really good and it would take a lot of development working with a race team to make it even better. So we almost like we don't venture into those lanes because it's like, hey, if it's going to take a lot of energy to do this, it's not worth doing, Oh,
that's fair.
So, we just came out with a brand new TF 450 system for the Triumph. So we have a 250 and a 450 system for the Triumph, and those systems fit the enduro bikes. So that's kind of cool too. The new off-road stuff that they came up with.
Yeah.
And of course, Stu Baylor's really been instrumental on our Cowie stuff. So he murders stuff, dude. I don't know if you guys watch any GNCC stuff at all, but I went to my first GNCC in probably 5 or 7 years this year or this past year. And I watched what those guys do. And Stu Baylor is just like a butcher, man. What a great guy to have on our product, because you look at what those guys do at the Red Bear Racing team. They're the factory arm for the Kawasaki off-road branch. And man, they just he is like the biggest star in GNCC racing. When you go out there and you watch people, and what is one of the things I actually recognized when I was out there, like I was watching what was going on at all these different teams, and the massive amount of people just hang out at Stu's truck because he's such an icon for GNCC and enduro racing. That he's just, people love to hang out with him. He'll be the last guy there having a beer with somebody,
That's great. It's good to have somebody like that in the sport, you know what I mean, that gives back to the fans and people like that,
But he's been really instrumental in really helping us develop that KX450 and the KX250 product that we're currently offering. So
it's good.
So we it's a very, I would say, different from Moto, but equally as high performance is what that product is. So
well, that's good.
It goes down to even the little details that you guys put into things, right? So when you guys sent me my exhaust when I was putting it on, even the exhaust springs, right?
Oh yeah,
that has the logo on it, and I thought it was the coolest little thing. I was showing my wife when I was putting it on there. I'm like literally all excited like a little kid. I'm like, look, it's even got the logo on the freaking springs, which I thought was super neat.
Well, I think a lot of people do that now, but I think we really try to I like to say sweat the details. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the things, you know, like even the box that your exhaust comes in, it's a really like double thick box, and it's made and we try to use recyclable materials that go in there, but it's made to actually ship your exhaust back to us. So you know, don't throw that box away if you have a Yoshimura exhaust system. That's actually made to come back to us. You can ship your exhaust back and forth with that.
Yeah, to get it not furbished, but like repaired.
Yeah, refurbished. Yeah, repaired, refurbished, whatever. So like, you know, a lot of people tell us like, "Where you're crazy trying to refurbish stuff, just sell them a new exhaust pipe," right? But you know, for us, it's like exhaust systems are expensive. And if we could get that exhaust system looking like new, like a lot of times we do, and they get it back, it's like, wow, you know. And so they become a Yoshimura customer for life, whatever, whether they have a KX or a Honda 450 or a street bike. So
yeah, 100%. If you have a consumer, say, because a lot of people can't just buy new exhaust, right? Say, and
or they buy the one and then they buy the one
and they have to keep it, and they're like, okay, this thing's trashed, I can't have it refurbished or repaired or anything. I think it's way better to be able to give the consumer and people that support your company the opportunity to be able to get it repaired instead of being forced to have to buy a new one. I think that'll go a lot further than anything else.
Yeah, and it's so funny. We see it's almost like a black market or a gray market on eBay and all this type of stuff, because people sell, they buy used beat up Yoshimura exhaust systems, and we get them. People buy them, they send them back to us to fix them up like new, like 30-year-old street systems, you know, that, you know, if we have the components, and sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but we'll get that thing looking pretty darn good. So
yeah. Hey, my wife put in there new bike for V-Day.
I was about to say it, but I didn't want to interrupt E.
I'm just saying.
So I was like, Big E, I have some developing news.
Yeah,
there's been some development. Karina has said new bike for V-Day, but she isn't saying new bike for Robbie.
That's true.
She might be saying she gets a new bike.
I would 100% support that.
What if it's a beach cruiser and not a bike?
Not happening.
Which Yoshimura makes pedals. I don't think they make them for beach cruisers though. So that might not work. But
I actually saw that not too long ago. I was kind of impressed.
So, dude, talk about like how long have you been at Yoshimura? How did you get there? I know you raced BMX for a long time. Like
old school BMX you're into.
Give me, like, you remember the movie Rad?
Yeah, love it.
That movie's about his life.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I don't know if it's about my life, but it's definitely, I could put that title on top of my life for sure.
Yeah, Rad.
Did you run that course back in the day?
Hell Truck?
No. I know a bunch of guys that were in the movie though, for sure. Like,
that's so cool.
When that movie came out in '86, I was probably racing BMX for about 6 years by then, but I wasn't like in that top tier of guys that might have been asked to be on that movie. But yeah, I've been here at Yoshimura like 13 years now. So it's been a little while.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody mentioned it the other day. I'm like, I think this is the longest place I've ever worked, actually. But yeah, I was doing some consulting work before I came here, and then before that, I was working with 661 and Eddie Colt and his brand up in Valencia, and then before that, I spent about 8 years at Answer and Pro Taper, kind of reshaping those brands to what they were. I don't know if they're anything now, but
yeah,
one of my biggest things, you know, as soon as I got to Answer, I hired Ernesto Fonseca, and then Ryan Dungy as an amateur. He was in our program, and he became a professional under Answer. And there's a really cool story about that. That's for another podcast. But
Suzuki, right? Because as an amateur, he was on Suzuki, wasn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, and then before that, I was at Trans World Motocross. Then when they had the magazine, and I was helping Don I was like an assistant editor there, and it was me, him, and Garth, and a few other guys, and we did the magazine. And then before that, I was in the bicycle industry. So that was, I would say, probably so my power sports thing happened somewhere around the year 2000, 2001, somewhere in there. And so I've been around a little bit, but even before that, even when I was in the bicycle industry, I worked at a bicycle company called GT Bicycles, and that whole, for a good portion of that time, probably 8 years, ever since actually. So Jeremy, I was always into moto. I was a little kid. My first motorcycle was an MR50 Honda, And I always followed Moto, even though I never raced it. That's how I got racing into BMX, is because it was just expensive to race Moto. And my mom and dad got divorced, and she got me into racing BMX, and that's how that happened. But when I was at GT, I became really good friends with Jeremy McGrath as he turned pro and became a 250 guy. And so all through almost exactly through all of Jeremy's career, Jimmy Button too, I sponsored those guys with bicycles, and we were like the first real bicycle company to see that crossover of guys racing Moto and riding BMX or mountain bikes. So, I mean, I think we started that sponsorship in 1992 with Jeremy, and it went all the way to 01, pretty much when he was done with his racing career. I mean, 02, he was pretty done. So,
are you still close with Jimmy Button and McGrath today?
Oh yeah, really close. Like, it was funny. I was at the AIM Expo right before the Supercross in Anaheim, and I'm sitting there in my booth, and Jeremy comes up and like hugs me, and everybody's like, "Dude, that's the king of Supercross!" Like, yeah, he's my bro.
He's my friend.
I sat next to Jimmy Button on the way back from, where was I? Dallas Supercross, or it might have been an outdoor. I can't remember where it was, but I sat on I was in the aisle seat, he was in the aisle seat. We were just, apart from each other. Dude, him and I thought I was gonna like edit the whole way home. I didn't edit at all.
Just talk to him.
I literally talked to Jimmy for the entire time.
Super nice guy,
dude. One of the most genuine, nicest guys out there, dude. Like, so I've been friends with Jimmy for a really long time. I was at Qualcomm when he got injured.
Yeah.
And then just a really quick story. Like, so 10 years after that, him and his ex-trainer, Corey Wharf, he's like, "Hey, I want to raise money for spinal cord research and awareness." Right. So him and his trainer worked really hard to get back on the bicycle. So he's considered a quadriplegic, even though he can use his arms, but he's still very, he can't use his hands very well. Right. But that dude got on a road bike, a pedal road bike, and pedaled from Qualcomm Stadium all the way to Daytona Beach.
What?
I think it's 2,468 miles.
Yeah.
It was called Miles for Miracles. So I was really good friends with him, and I went on the first day of the ride, and it went way out past Alpine, and it was something like 70 miles that day. And then I got off the ride and I went home. So Anita, Jimmy's mom, calls me, I would say probably that night, and he's like, "Hey, our bus driver just quit." So Davey Millsaps actually let Jimmy use his motorhome for as a pit vehicle, kind of, so to speak, right? So the idea was that the motorhome was supposed to go ahead of those guys and provide shelter or sleeping arrangements or whatever. They would eat lunch and go on to the next section of the ride, eat dinner, and they would sleep in the motorhome. So Jimmy's mom calls me and says, "Hey, our bus driver just quit. You want to ride? You want to drive across the country?" And I'm like, "Hold on a second." I asked my wife, "Hey, Sandy, can I drive across the country with Jimmy Button?" "Okay, I'm in."
My wife would have definitely
watched that guy.
as long as they took the kids.
Yeah.
But I watched that guy. I mean, dude, just beat himself into the ground riding that bicycle across the country. And along the way, we would stop and these people would basically donate money to join the ride. And when we got to around Houston, Jimmy crashed and he broke his elbow. He broke the tip off of his elbow. And I'm like, "We're done. Let's go home." Right. The dude goes home, has surgery on his elbow to plate it. We come back 2 weeks later. He puts a big fat Rector skateboard pad on his elbow, and he goes.
What?
Yeah. Jimmy Button's an animal,
dude. That's crazy. Could you imagine breaking the bone on your elbow, though?
Dude, I have so many stories on this. It's crazy. But the last one I'll tell you is we got close to Daytona Beach, and a bunch of the Moto guys wanted to join the ride. So Timmy Ferry and a few other guys joined the ride. Maybe we were 2 or 3 days outside of Daytona. So Timmy Ferry, he's like, "Dude, I can't keep up with that guy. He's so freaking fast on a bike. They're averaging 21, 22 miles an hour." He's like that. And I'm just like, here's a guy that's in shape. He's still, this is probably 2011. The guy's still in shape. He's still riding and stuff. And he couldn't keep up with Jimmy and Corey.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I've got nothing but respect for Jimmy, and he did that ride. And and it was just an amazing thing for somebody to watch. And I'm just like, I remember when I think he was somewhere around 7 to 8 weeks, he didn't move one limb. And then all of a sudden he got spark in his feet. He started moving his toes. And then I think Jeremy and Jimmy had some bet like, hey, I'm gonna walk across the stage at the Supercross banquet and accept your trophy because you're gonna win the championship. And dude, somebody kind of helped him up the stairs, but he went and up to the thing and he actually accepted Jeremy's trophy when he won the Supercross championship in Vegas. It was insane, dude.
That is actually really sick. They were really cool teammates being was it Mazda Yamaha?
Yeah, dude. Chaparral.
Yeah.
Chaparral, Mazda Yamaha. Is that what it was?
So good, dude.
Yeah, which was freaking iconic.
Are you going to San Diego?
I am. Yeah.
You be a A2, like you do all those, like for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of nice because I can kind of pick and choose which races I want to go to.
Yeah.
And I just really love going to the races. I mean, you know, a lot of people are like, man, what are you crazy? You can watch that stuff on TV, but I really enjoy the race atmosphere. And when you hear that crowd roar, when things happen, it's nothing. Like you can't experience that on TV.
Dude, no, you know what kind of sucks, but I have to do it is I put AirPods in, or I'll put earplugs, but I didn't have any earplugs, so I use my AirPods. It takes away from it a little bit.
The experience?
Yeah, because everything's quiet, you know, because dude, the exhaust is so loud. You know, like
not ours.
Yeah, that's true. Well, all bikes, dude, I'm telling you right now, all factory bikes are freaking loud, dude. When you're down there, they're rumbling. And so like when your ears just at the end of the night, dude, it hurts. And so I put in, and so it dumbs it down a little bit and it kind of sucks.
I get it. It's kind of like watching the race on mute.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly.
Done it.
You know,
I've done it.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, some people would prefer to watch it on mute, but what I have to say is, and Colt's coming up soon, is you specifically believed in me from a very early stage. You saw value, and I think that you have a pretty good eye for talent. You have a pretty good eye for like, oh, there's opportunity here, stuff like that. You were one of the biggest and earliest believers in this platform, you know, and it's one of those things that
it's true.
You didn't have to do it. You wanted to do it. You saw an opportunity. It's been a great relationship working with you. You're such a good dude as a human. You're such a good person as a human, but also as an
appreciate that.
You know, like because anytime I see you, dude, it's joyful. It's happy. You ask me how I am. You were considerate when you met my wife and kids. You know, like we surprised Robbie with an exhaust on the podcast, which was awesome. You know, like you've always been willing to like do things, and I really genuinely, wholeheartedly appreciate you. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate all those kind words. I really do. And I really feel that's how I live my life. You know, like you saying, like, I'm happy. Like there's a lot of you'd be hard pressed, I think, to find me bummed out because I feel like I lived this charmed life and I work for this amazing company and they give me a budget to do what they trust me with what I'm doing. And honestly, when you came and we talked, I really feel like your platform is authentic and real. I mean, not that there's others that aren't, but I really like the privateer aspect of what you do. Like there's a lot of factory podcasts and media out there, right?
There is.
But I really like the angle at which you come at stuff, and I feel like we can be we can help you make things happen where these other guys might not need as much help. Yeah. And again, I appreciate how your enthusiasm for the sport and the athletes and what these guys do and stuff like that. Not that the other guys don't have that, but
I know that.
I feel like it's very unique and genuine what you and your brother do. And I really feel like your platform's very unique. And that's why, and I feel like our brand's very unique as well. So it's a really good fit, I think, you know, and I think we see eye to eye on a lot of stuff too. So that makes the relationship really easy. So
it is fun texting you like funny jokes and stuff like that.
I can say everything that he has just said about you on camera, he literally says off camera.
Oh, here's
the
that money.
Exact same way.
Here's the money right there.
Have it.
Yeah,
thank you.
Dang, but I need to up that sponsorship money, man.
Everything that he has said about you now, he is every time that I've asked about you or anything, he's literally talks about you the same exact way off camera. So,
and that's what I try telling people. I say, hey, I'm like, if you support me, you need to support the companies that support me, support 23 and support, and not even, even if a company doesn't support 23 Media, if they support the industry, you need to support them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
And this industry, it's small, but it's big at the same time. So,
and we're having fun, dude.
Well, and I've seen you do that, and that's part of your genuineness, that you really appreciate people helping you do what you do, and that's awesome. So I'm going to get off here, so because I don't want to mess up Colt's time, but I do want to offer, and this is only for the time this is live. Whoever sticks their name in the chat, you guys have to pick them. Let's send them a care package of all our new our new merch.
Yes, I 100%.
But it can't be like when you post it. It has to be live.
So what do they need to do? Exact details.
So you guys need to pick it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna need their size, right?
So what do you want
you
them
guys
to put
you need to create whatever contest this is and go, hey, within the chat, Yoshimura's giving the package away. Tell us why I don't know. You think Jeffrey Harlan is going to win the championship? I don't know. Whatever, right?
All right, perfect.
You guys figure it out.
Whoever says that.
Yeah, just like let's stoke one of the audience out.
All right, I appreciate that.
That's rad.
All right, Big E, I appreciate it, brother. I'll talk to you.
Thanks, man, for everything.
All right, so bringing us our next guest, or actually, I would not say bringing us because that's very typical of podcasts. Don't forget, before we bring on this next guest, which is an all-timer, don't forget Firepower Parts. Don't forget Factory Effects, Ethica. I got to ask Colt about that. He might be an Ethica athlete. He might not be. But Mika Metals, Best Pizza and Brew. Thank you guys for being on board.
We appreciate it. So before you put them on, I do want you guys in the chat to put in there why you think you deserve the merch from Yoshimura, and we'll pick one person before we get out of here.
All right, bringing us Colt Nichols.
Hey,
to the stage. My
guy,
man, dude, looking sharp.
Is looking good.
Yeah, we're trying. You know what I mean? Just doing what I can here.
Well, thank you for coming on the pod. I know I hit you up kind of quickly about it and stuff like that, but it's one of those things where I've wanted you on the podcast for a while. We've done a tailgate talk together, which was a lot of fun. But dude, just like seeing you on the Pat McAfee show, like it really, you need to be on more media stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I mean? Like you need to do more, you need to do things, but talk to us about Anaheim. Obviously you got the 12th, right? Which is dude, the carnage that A1 was, I would gladly walk away with the 12th place. Obviously you are going to want to, more than that. But talk about A1, dude. Like, how was that track? How was the vibe? How was the environment? Like, how was that?
Yeah, A1 this year was honestly really cool for me. Like A1 in previous years has felt, like more stressful than anything, but the attitude has changed a lot. I'm a little older, just understanding what things are a little bit more and just trying to enjoy this stuff, dude. Like I genuinely love it and I don't want it to feel like it's stressful. But, to be honest, I think some of the A1s in the past have felt stressful because I knew I wasn't ready, so I'm like, well, this sucks. Like I'm coming into A1 and I want to be like firing and like, all right, I feel good. And I hadn't. So that's what made this one. I think it took a lot of the stress off and made me just be like, dude, I just want to go ride my dirt bike and have fun and enjoy like being at A1 because it is so cool. Like it's such a pressure cooker and the fans are nuts and the atmosphere is just, I think it's so cool being at A1. Like the atmosphere is kind of top notch. So for me, I was stoked. There was one guy behind me on the restart whenever we did that. So I started terribly and just kept kind of chugging along and, picking some guys off and was able to climb up to 12th. And it felt a lot different than it had last year. Like I got a lot of 12th places last year and it felt a lot different this one than some of those. So I'm on like a better bike, a better program. Everything about the way I feel about myself and my riding is a lot better. And everything's just positive, dude. I'm stoked to be here, stoked to be a part of the team. And we've kept making some improvements and I hope it shows this season. I really do.
Dude, okay. So you talked about that restart. You guys are absolute psychopaths, by the way. You guys as professional racers, you have to, like, I was sitting there watching everything that was kind of going on with Barsha and Mookie. And then it's like, I'm sitting there thinking about like, okay, we have to kind of get going here. Like there's still a race,
right?
But I don't have to ride a dirt bike and do what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what is going through your head in that moment? I mean, I understand. I feel like you probably just shut it off, right? You kind of have to, but like, there wasn't much good info coming on the floor, like being able to like know, hey, he's okay. Like it that was what was kind of scary about the whole situation, you know?
Yeah, I mean, most of us that race have probably been in that situation once or twice. Maybe not that extent, but caused a red flag or a medical flag, whatever. And so you sympathize. We're all humans, like we race
Yeah.
each other, and sometimes you get upset and mad at guys. But dude, we're all just guys that love a sport, and so you just hate to see guys being on the ground. Like I hated seeing it. And for me, I was caught up in the carnage, so I was picking my bike up, and I was able to kind of have like a view of everything that was going on. And you don't want to, but it's natural to look at the crime scene as you go by. It's just what you do. So for me, it's hard, but yeah, as a racer, you kind of just gotta like try and forget as quick as you can, like compartmentalize, kind of just put that to the side and focus on like what's ahead. And that's really hard to do, for a lot of people. But for us, I think it's maybe a little easier because we've had to do that just through experience. So that was difficult, dude. I hated seeing that. And like I just saw Barsha yesterday at Dr. G's, and he just was walking around and getting treatment. And I'm like, dude, this is just like a blessing. Like I can't believe you're even walking around, to be honest. So that was crazy, man. That was crazy. Restarts suck. I hate being in that situation, period. And yeah, it was just it was I hated to see it for Malcolm and for Barsha. But dude, the fact that they're both somewhat, okay is, I mean, I think that's a huge blessing for everybody. I think everyone kind of was expecting the worst, and dude, I'm so just pumped that they're good.
It was actually kind of gnarly when you said that, because I forgot you were right there, and I have a video of them kind of like right there, and then but it's all of a sudden I look up and it's, I think you and Ando trying to kick your bikes, right?
Yeah, it was. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, and it was every time you guys have to kick bikes, I'm like, I immediately kind of go back into, I don't even know the last time I've had to kickstart a bike, but you kind of go back to like having to do it. And that struggle of just like, you just want to get this thing started so you can go, you know what I mean? Like it was pretty hectic, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like the vibe at A1 was like dirt bikes, like the sport in general was like alive and like thriving.
It did feel that way.
Did it feel that way for you in the pits? Like when you were kind of rolling around and like you had people coming up to you and stuff like that, was that the same vibe you got?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I thought the atmosphere was incredible. Like to me, seeing like a sold out Anaheim one, and you could feel that it was sold out, and like the energy was just really, really good, dude. Everyone was just stoked. Like especially around, I mean, obviously I didn't venture off and do stuff. I was busy trying to do my own thing, but like within our semi, like in my environment that I was in, everyone was just in such a good mood and just like pumped to be there kind of vibes, and that kind of spills over into you whenever you see that. Like if other people's energy is stress and all that kind of, just kind of gets thrown onto you. So it was the opposite at A1. Everyone was just stoked, like happy. Everyone was in a good mood, like everybody on the team across the board. So that really helps. That helps as a rider when everyone's got that kind of mindset and attitude. And the fans were super stoked, and I just couldn't believe it. Like even riding through the track, I was just like, man, I can't believe how many people are here, and it just made me feel like Supercross was just at another level. I do this every year where it's like we kind of just keep kind of stacking blocks, and it gets bigger and better, and more people are showing up, and more notoriety, and more everything. And this year was like no exception. I'm like, this is just so cool, man. I feel like the sport's in such a good place, and the gap between first to 20th is getting tighter and tighter, and like the amount of good guys that can win. And I doubt anybody had the podium predictions right, before the weekend. So I mean, I think that's a cool thing, to see that kind of like just who is it going to be this weekend. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, there's no shot. My podium prediction was completely wrong, and which is, dude, it's kind of it.
I called it.
No, you don't listen to this guy, Colt. Don't. No. Is but you are right in the sense of it is good, and you never. I love the thing that I love about you, and I got that vibe from you when we did the tailgate talk. Is like I hate talking to riders where it's like they look at it and it's like you could just tell they're like, this sucks. I hate riding. Like I'm just here, not here just to make money, but like they don't look at it as like how I do with dirt bikes. Dirt bikes are the most amazing thing in the world to me.
They're not having fun.
And like you could kind of tell that. Like, has that been hard for you to kind of find throughout your career, or has it always come easy to you when it comes to like loving riding and like being part of the sport and racing and all that stuff? Or is it something that you kind of have to kind of get a little motivation for sometimes too? Because I'm sure that there is times where it gets tiring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's times where it becomes monotonous and it's a job.
Oh
and,
boy.
It's like something else, like a normal 9 to 5 would. But I look back at stuff, and maybe it's just understanding, I guess. life a little bit more, getting older, maturing a little bit. I'm not sure, but it just, I don't know, dude. I just think it's such a blessing to get to do what we do, and everything about our sport I think is so cool, and I just think I'm really lucky to get to do it. And maybe when I was younger I didn't quite have the same ideas about it, but whenever it's taken away from you for a little bit and you can't do it, you realize, like, damn, like I miss this, and I love everything about what I do, and I don't want to do anything else, So I think it grows. I definitely think it grows over time, and you kind of see how much you love it, and I never know what you got till it's gone type thing. And I just, I love riding. Like, even if I quit tomorrow and I never rode again or whatever, I'm still a fan of the sport. Like, I'm still gonna watch it every weekend. I want to know what people are doing and how the bikes are changing and like everything. I'm a fan. So I think that's what makes a true like motocross, supercross guy is we all do this because we love it and we got into it because we were fans, in the first place.
I don't know what is going on with your audio, but you sound like a robot.
We didn't want to cut you off.
I didn't want to cut you off, dude. I was like, I'm like, Colt's in a flow right now, like all that stuff.
But don't worry, because I can make my brothers that way too.
Okay, now he's making me sound.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So, but no, I think it was like a Wi-Fi thing or something like that. It wasn't where your phone was placed or anything. It just all of a sudden out of nowhere, it just started talking like you were underwater or something.
Still doing it.
Yeah.
Y'all sound like too though on my phone.
Oh well, at least it's not just us.
What do you say? That's what
we
we
sound like
on
that
his
to
phone?
him too.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. That's you. It's all good. Like, we could try it one more time, and if it's not working, no big deal. You could join by audio or something like that. It's not a huge deal. We run a loose program here. You know what I mean?
He's gonna try something real quick.
I don't know what he's gonna. What he's gonna put on headphones?
He might.
Oh, look at that! Look at that genius. That's a. I don't think it's a headphone thing. I think it's a Wi-Fi connection thing.
He might have froze.
Any better?
Oh, wait. Let's try it again. Give me a mic check.
No, still doing it.
Oh yeah, no.
Go ahead and just call him.
They don't like it. Here, let's try it again, Colt. Nope. Nothing. Yeah, okay. All right. I don't know what's going on with his audio. We'll have him maybe try and figure it out. And then if maybe get out and then come back in, Colt. And then this is why you need a producer.
Yeah.
Because this is the stuff that producers do behind the scenes. But if you get out and come back in, maybe we'll fix it. So something like that.
It'd be a good question for Colt, so I'm not going to say that.
What is it?
You're somebody that just wrote in the chat right now.
What does it say? Oh, I do. That is a good question. What
his thoughts are, because Suzuki is killing it lately, dude. They're doing really, really well.
I hate technology sometimes.
Do you?
I mean, I hopefully we sound good. Do we sound good still? Like, I mean,
yeah,
I know we do here.
They would have said something.
Yeah.
That if there's one thing, the wife watches it, your wife watches it.
Yeah,
anytime we make a mistake or anything, they would have said something.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Colt joins back. I hope he joins back.
What do you want to jump to?
Let's talk about Prado real quick.
Do you want to talk about Prado?
Yeah.
Gomes. Is that Gomes?
Yep.
Gomes. What's up, dude?
No, we're not picking you.
We're not picking you. Thank you for giving me $10 though. That's probably
I get 5, you get 5. Dude.
All right, Colt. He's back. Let's see if this works a little bit better.
Do we have audio? Is it good?
Oh my gosh,
right.
yeah.
I don't know. We're good. Yeah.
Bro, you guys sounded insane. Like the last question you were asking me, I was like, what is going on? I'm so confused.
Okay, it was the same way on your end, and I was like, I don't want to cut him off right now. I'll just wait till he
you
stops.
should have just been like, you should just wave the red flag, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, no, it's fine.
You would never have these issues at Pat McAfee Studios.
That's true.
Like,
that's a good point.
You would not have had these issues there.
Hey,
but we're a privateer here, bro.
Yeah, I got a question for you. You
got you.
And Suzuki, you guys have been killing it lately, right? I don't think a lot of people have kind of written off Suzuki lately. You know what I mean? Or in the past or whatever. You guys have been making that bike look so good and putting it back in on top, and you know what I mean? And in talks and everything. Somebody's got a question. Do you think next year?
Name the question.
I'm going to it right now. I'm going to it. Where'd it go? I lost it, dude.
I know we got a bunch of comments. Where did that comment go?
Oh, okay. So from Steezy to Breezy says, is it possible we see 250s on factory Suzuki next season? Which would be cool.
Oof. I mean, that's a great question. That'd be a team like,
yeah.
decision, if they want to try and like tackle that. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I don't think that they have any interest in like doing a 250 team, but I mean they have in the past, so I guess I
Right.
shouldn't say no. I have no idea, but I know that even Aaron talked about wanting to make the 250 a little better next year for WSX since we have to have those in WSX. So I have heard him talk about that and said he wants to make some improvements to the bike on his own. So I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe try and get some more horsepower, just maybe put a little bit more money into that program.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but that's what it seems like. So who knows? I mean, I don't know where that could lead, but I do know that is a thing for next season. That's what they want to do. So
Yeah.
So
Would be cool,
speaking
dude.
speaking of World Supercross, what are those rounds like? Like, because I've never experienced one, right? And you're traveling to all these different countries, and
Got to be tired.
yeah, dude, it's got to be jet laggy, all that stuff. Like, what's your vibe been now that you've done it multiple times? What's your vibe with that series as a whole? Like, I think that there's opportunity, and I've always said there's the more money that gets to these riders, the better. So the more races that they can go to, all that stuff. Like, how's the vibe been? And do you have like a favorite one that you've been to so far, or like favorite country, but
um,
maybe not race?
yeah, so I mean, like I've lucky I've been able to do. I did two this year, but the whole series the
Yeah,
2 years before, and dude, they've honestly been great. Like I've really enjoyed doing those races, and the series itself is very open. They're trying to get the right personnel. They're trying to make changes that are productive, that the teams like, that the riders like. There's some stuff
mhm,
they haven't budged on, but for the most part, if we have a concern or something that we don't like or something we want to change, they'll just change it. Like it's really
yeah,
Nice.
cool in that aspect. They really try and put the rider first, team first, which I think is really cool. It's not like a hey, it's this way, and if you don't like it, sorry. They really try to work with us, which I think is like a really cool aspect of that series. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean the jet lag is real for sure. When you're traveling to Sweden on Thursday and you race Saturday and stuff like that. But um, honestly, dude, the South African trip this year was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. We went directly from Sweden to South Africa on Sunday, and we just stayed there all week, and no dirt bike for all week, and you just being a tourist, like, and the
Yeah.
whole team. We stayed at the same hotel, so we were all together, and we ate dinner together every night, and did these activities together, and it was almost like a team bonding. And to me, that's like the coolest part about all of it is getting to know the team personnel better, and your
Yeah.
teammates and your team and like all that stuff was really fun to me. That's probably the most enjoyable part of WSX because sometimes you have that where if they're back to back weekends, you're not going to fly home. You just go
Yeah.
directly to the race and you'll hang out for a week, few days, and then you do your deal. But that was really fun, man. I had such a good trip in South Africa. It was so much fun, and the people were nice. The food was incredible. Everything about that trip was really cool, and I got a podium, so that was cool too. So yeah, everything about it was
That
fun,
makes
man.
it a
I
little
love the
easier.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love everything about it. It's a cool experience.
so speaking of the home series here, is there a round that you've always kind of circled on the calendar that you're like, oh, I can't wait to get here? Or is it like all of them are kind of stressful, or one of them's a little bit better, or no?
I mean, A1, yeah, as a stress level, yeah, is high. But like I said, this
Yeah,
year I didn't feel that at all. But dude, I love racing in Texas. Like both of the Texas rounds,
yeah,
Houston and Dallas are great. I have so much family and friends that come to Dallas. That's the closest one to me.
yeah,
About 3 hours from where I live in Oklahoma. So a lot of people come down to that one. So I love that. I love seeing all the people and old people I haven't caught up with in a long time that come down and want to watch race. So yeah, I mean, I love those two races. I love racing in Indy. I had good experiences there on a 250, so I like that
yeah,
place. And yeah, I mean, those are a handful, but I'm excited about some of these new ones, just to kind of
Yeah.
see what it's at. No one's got any memories there, so get to make some new ones.
I
What
think
are
it's what Cleveland. No, yeah, Cleveland is
Yeah,
Philly.
Cleveland's a new one, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't there one? Oh no, I'm
you talking about
thinking
the
I'm thinking
SMX rounds?
SMX. No. In Supercross,
Right.
Cleveland is
mhm.
a regular
Or are
round
you
that
talking about the playoffs? Oh,
no,
Cleveland is too?
yep,
Okay.
the regular
Yep,
series
yeah,
in
Cleveland's all
Supercross.
new.
Yeah, Cleveland's all new, but then they do have the new SMX rounds, which
Yep.
at first when they announced the one in
They're soccer
Missouri
stadiums, dude.
or whatever, yeah, I'm good with the one in LA. I like that. That's where X Games was, bro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is when they first announced that Missouri one, I was like, what the heck? And then I looked at it, everything. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, it actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like, all
yeah.
right, you know,
Yeah, I think those will be
yeah,
cool. I'm excited to see those. It's cool they keep changing it too. Like we go to new areas, new places, and
yeah.
truly makes it feel like a different little playoff type deal, which is I think the idea. So I like that. I think it's fun.
And I think you could respect this too because you're a Midwest guy, right? Like, it seems like the series has started trying to cater not more, but they're just trying to be more inclusive to people in the Midwest on the East Coast. Like, that's why the races, I don't know. I need to ask you as a racer, but the races are starting at 4 o'clock on the West Coast now, which, dude, I got home at 9:30, like, or something like that. And I live in Temecula. It was beautiful. Like, it was great. Did it change anything for you with the earlier start time? What did you notice a difference, or how did that flow go?
Yeah, I mean, the only difference really I think it makes is just, starting so much earlier for like the night program portion of it, I think is not as cool. Like I don't like that as much. Like I want opening ceremonies to be at night, like I
I
want
get
to
it.
see the
Get it.
fireworks light up the sky and I like all that. I think that that's way cooler. But, I mean, the idea of it being over at 7 PM is pretty sick, like, you
Yeah.
get done, get to have dinner, you're in bed at a decent time. I mean, most of us racers have a hard time sleeping after the race anyway, like, as soon as you lay down and you wanna close your eyes, you replay the whole day in your head,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Jesus Christ," but still, it was good, like, dude, I got a good night's sleep after, I had a normal dinner after the race, like, all that was really, really cool, and I love that part of it, but it does feel weird, opening ceremonies goes off at, what, 3:30, 4, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Man, that's just kinda
It
weird." It's still, like, daylight to do heat races. It just doesn't feel the same, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, open ceremonies went off about 4 o'clock. They
Dude,
said
they
it was
were
gonna
late.
start at 3:30, but it's everything started about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, they were late.
Yep. Yep.
Is not having the free practice, and it maybe didn't make a difference at all. But did you notice a difference on the track with it not having maybe as much time on it and also a little bit more prep time?
I thought it would for, like, the heat race stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, once the night program started, obviously, taking out the free practice doesn't affect the night program, but I just thought in my head, like, "Oh, the track will be a little bit better." For some reason, it was
Yeah.
exactly the same. But, for the day program, it wasn't bad for us because, obviously, we got to ride press day, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it felt like we had the 3 practices still. Now, this weekend and then moving forward, I don't have press at a handful of these ones coming up, so, we'll see. We'll see how that feels, on Saturday, only just going straight into, qualifying pretty much, so, I don't know. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. But
Yeah.
I think it is a good idea. I mean, I think it's better to keep the track a little bit better. We're just do the 450s, and they just tear the track up so much more now
Yeah.
compared to in
Yeah.
previous. And the way the dirt is now, it seems like it's just softer and softer at a lot of these races. So I do think it's good. But yeah, I guess we'll see moving forward how it feels as a racer. To only do the two time sessions.
Did you anticipate the dirt being a little bit mm, like more moist? I hate using that word, but because
Yeah.
we got rain, we got all that rain here, and then I show up at press day, and I'm like, dude, it looks dry. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. It
I
was just
wasn't.
I mean, dude, the wind just cooked it. I mean, like I did not
Yeah.
expect the track to be what it was. And
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, obviously, because they had all the rain. So I'm expecting the track to be like as
me
tits as
too.
it's gonna get, like super, super good and ruddy and like good. And then we get there and I'm like, dude, there's rocks everywhere and
Mhm.
it's kind of silty in some of the spots. Like it was just super not what I expected. But then some of the transitions were still really soft. Like it was kind of
Yeah.
catching some guys out a little bit, but yeah, definitely not what I thought it was going to be for sure. It was definitely different than what I expected.
I want to know. So you were talking about you have a change in your program for this year, right? Different than last year. What has changed in your program, and what are you more excited about in your program that you have changed?
I mean, mainly it was the bike was first and foremost with the
Yeah.
team. I got the factory transmission that Ken had, and
Right.
I hadn't had that until this off season. So that was huge. That kind of fixed a lot of my problems I was having on the bike, even with the chassis. So that was cool. But even myself, I feel way better than I have the past few years. I just did things completely different this off season than I had, and kind of went back to some of the other stuff I'd done before.
Mhm.
I always worked with Will Hahn, and now that he's at Star, he's busy. He's got a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to bother him with training stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try and do this stuff on my own. And he still helps me with stuff, and he's still in my corner for sure. Like Will's very helpful to my program, but I was just like, hey, this is kind of what I want to do, and this is the direction I want to go with it. And I feel like I wasn't doing enough laps, so I want to add more laps to
Okay.
the table and feel a little more comfortable on the bike. And I just felt like I was a little underprepared in some of the time. So I really just kind of put it on myself and was like, dude, I don't feel like I want to. And how do I get to that point to where I feel how I want to feel? And
Yeah.
to me, that was, a little bit more work and a little bit more gym stuff, a little bigger cycles, more laps at the track, just kind of trying to elevate the program as a whole. So I'm stoked, dude. Like I said, I'm really happy with what I'm doing. I feel like it's all on my shoulders, which is a really good thing.
Right.
Because you don't really realize it sometimes, but dude, when you have a trainer and you have all these people around, like a big group, there's times whenever you and somebody like me and Will were, we had such a good relationship, it almost was too good. And I was almost too dependent on Will,
Yeah,
where
makes
I'm
sense.
like looking around like, yo, like
Where is he?
I need help. But dude, when you're on the gate, there is no one that can help you. It's you
Yeah.
and you only. So if you're like okay with what you're doing and you can look at yourself in the mirror and be all right with who you are and what you're doing, then I mean, I'd really
Yeah.
feel like that's half the battle. And I finally feel like I can do that a lot more than I have the past few years. And I'm just stoked, dude. Life has been great. I moved back home and program's good and got good people to ride with, good people to be around that actually really care about me and want to help. So
Yeah.
all that's just been fun, dude. It's just been great. Like life is good.
When do you go back home? Like, because you're in Cali, are you gonna be in Cali for all 3 rounds? Like, you're gonna stay here? Or you going back home?
No, I was actually supposed to be home this week, but
Oh,
my bike timed out last week. We had a hard time getting an engine there. It didn't show up in time. So that's the only reason why I'm here, or else I'd be
oh,
back in Oklahoma this week. I plan on going back the whole time. I'll go to Florida before Daytona and some of those other
yeah,
ones to ride with the boys down there. But yeah, I'll be in Oklahoma, I think, the rest of the time, weather permitting. So
yeah. Okay. I have to ask from a rider perspective, and I
mhm.
think everybody's talking about him right now. I don't even know how to frame it with Prado. Like seeing what he's done, right? And how he was last year and everything. Like, was this as shocking for you as a rider as it was for me on, and the fan side of things? Like for him to be able to kind of like switch what he was able to do, was that shocking for you as a rider or no?
Yes and no. I mean, like shocking in a sense of like, I don't think he was anywhere close to being a podium guy last year, like sniffing that
Yeah.
range, before getting hurt. And I think he would have got a lot better for sure. But man, people just don't realize, I think, how hard it is to do what he's done.
Yeah.
But then I also wasn't surprised in the sense of like, dude, if you're not comfortable, it's
Oh,
hard,
it's
man.
weird.
It's really difficult to do this job because I mean, it's not like you can be off and still go perform. Like, dude, it's really, really difficult. And I've lived it, so I know. And if you're not gelling with a bike and you're having a hard time, it just snowballs so quickly. And I saw that with him. Like, I don't really think that, some of the stuff he was doing was great. I felt like he was maybe kind of giving up a little bit on some of the
Yeah.
stuff, but this is just from the outside looking in. I have no idea.
Correct. Right.
But to see, the turnaround, like I did a moto with him right before I moved to Oklahoma and went to WSX, and dude, we were about as neck and neck as it could get at Elsinore, of all places. But
Yeah.
we like he was just riding really, really good. He was doing some stuff on the bike that was really cool and looked like Jorge from, like MXGP stuff, where
Yeah.
he would just do cool stuff on the bike. And I'm like, man, he's got some talent. Like he's just
Yeah.
Having
good on a
fun.
motorcycle. So to see him podium, definitely a surprise, but to see him riding and looking the way that he used to look, not a surprise, like
Yeah.
um and a lot of people would ask me about that. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, if you go from like a steel frame bike to something else, like steel frame to aluminum, back and forth, whatever, dude, it's hard, man. It's like if you're used to something, you're just used to it. And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what it is, but if you're used to it and then you switch it, like it makes a huge difference. And I don't know, dude. I don't know if maybe that's what it is, but I guarantee you, in my experience, that's what it was for me. And um, yeah, it's cool to see him though riding to his potential. I mean, I think it's good for the sport for sure.
I agree. It was, and I'm not going to name names, but I do know what you're talking about of the struggles and stuff like that. Like there was times where I saw you were really like having a hard time trying to figure things out, right? And then you all of a sudden
Oh
you
yeah.
start doubting yourself. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like, dude, I know I'm capable of more than this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I saw that, and I saw, you, and I would see those results. And I'm like, dude, Colt's way better
Yeah.
than what those results are kind of showing.
Mhm.
So I'm happy you're in a good spot mentally,
Yeah.
physically, all that stuff. Like it is a good thing that's a good state to be in, because in our sport it could change quick, and you got to stack those good days as many as you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
while you can, and it's a short-lived sport in a way, so it's like you just want to feel like you're doing what you're capable of. That's it. Like whatever that is. Like it doesn't even matter what the number is, but whatever you're capable of, if you just feel like you're kind of presenting you at least some sort of a best version of yourself, that's all I think us racers want. And at times you get put in situations and you feel like you can't for whatever reason, whether it's your own fault or like maybe just not gelling with stuff or whatever. It makes it hard, man, because that self-doubt you were talking about, like once that starts to creep in, it's the same thing, it
Yeah.
snowballs and then it'll kind of engulf you a little bit. So yeah, it's difficult, but to get back to the point where I'm at now is cool because I'm just happy. I'm good with where I'm at. I love riding for the team and the bike, and we keep making improvements, and everything is going the way I want it to as far as that kind of stuff goes, and we just keep making progress, which is a good thing. And but your own attitude and your own outlook on things can really dictate a lot of stuff too, and I feel like mine's a lot better than it has been the past few years. So so it's just a good thing, man. I feel like I'm in a good spot and doing the right stuff, got the right people around, and yeah, I hope we can just, like I said, just show my potential this year would be
Yeah.
would be great.
So, all right. So I'll let you get going. But the one thing, and I asked Anderson this, and I might do it this year. I might ask every single rider that's a guest that comes on. Remember, I asked him about the jail thing.
Oh yeah, I think it's great questions.
Okay, so you got to give me. This will be your last question. You got to give me if you found yourself in jail one night, right? So it
Yep.
happens to the best of us. Sometimes
Mhm.
you're falsely accused of things, whatever it might be. But you find yourself
Yeah.
locked
Or it's just
behind
a rough night after
just a
winning.
rough night,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And you find
Okay.
yourself in jail. You're going to give me two other riders. They have to be riders, preferably not your teammates. But give me one rider that is in jail with you, and give me one rider that you could call to bail you out. Who's it going to be?
Is this current or does it matter at all?
Let's go current.
You wanna go
Well,
current?
no.
Yeah, let's go current.
Okay, current
Actually, gotta
riders.
wanna hear
Okay.
both.
I kind of do want to hear both. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. My current rider, are we doing like your own class too, like 250, 450, or
Anybody,
just
doesn't
like
matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't
anybody that's
matter.
doesn't matter?
Anybody. Yeah.
Um, the one I'm in jail with is probably, shoot, dude, I don't know. I mean, it'd probably be my buddy Justin Bogle if it was anybody.
Oh, Bogle. Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
Bogle.
probably
Yeah.
Bogle or like maybe Dino.
Okay, so
Honestly,
Dino
maybe Coop. Yeah, maybe Coop. I feel like Coop could possibly be in there with me.
Yeah.
So
Um,
Dino's been picked twice.
Yeah,
on
Dino
this.
was picked by Anderson.
That doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me. Yeah, it does
Yeah.
not surprise me. The person bailing me out. Dude, I don't even know.
It's hard, dude.
I don't know if I have a rider that I could call and be like, "Yo, like you want to come get me?" If I wasn't in
They
there
would
with
all
Coop,
be
I
in
feel
there
like if
with
I
him.
called him, yeah, I feel like if I called Coop, if he wasn't in there with me, he would come grab me.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'll
I
tell you
think
what.
that guy'd be my guy.
If you ever find yourself in a situation that you need help, you're more than welcome to call both of us. We will bail you out.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, needed that. Thank you.
It depends.
Dude,
Hold on, little
Yeah.
asterisk. It will depend on how much your bail is. But yeah,
what is Dino
Oh, yeah,
up
no
to?
question.
That's the second time he's
don't
been
know.
picked. You know what I
Dino's a
mean?
tr-
He'd be
Dino's
the
a tr-
person to be in jail with.
Dino's a
He's
troublemaker.
just a good
Yeah.
time, man. He's just a good
Yeah.
time. So sometimes good times escalate. That's just the way it's the way it goes. But I don't know. Maybe him. Honestly, I feel like AP would maybe bail me out too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
AP would
maybe.
for sure. And he'd
Yeah,
roll
I
in there
think
with
he'd
a
bail me out.
cowboy hat.
That's
Yeah.
like freaking.
So, all right.
He definitely would.
For real, dude, thank you so much
Yeah.
for jumping on. I really do appreciate it. I really, really, really do. Whenever your career, hopefully it's years from now, but whenever your career does wrap up, dude, you are so good on media.
Seriously.
There's so many weird riders that you talk to, and you're like, dude, you can't even talk in front of a camera. And I remember,
Yeah.
when you were first announced with the Pat McAfee thing. I was like, Colt, I'm like, that's kind of, interesting. Like that wasn't maybe the first choice that I would have had. And then he went on there. I'm like,
Yeah.
that was the best choice by a mile.
And that's a
have.
huge platform to go on too. To not be, I mean, you I'm sure you were nervous, but you did so well on such a big stage.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
congratulations, dude. You did
Yeah.
really well.
Thanks,
So,
man. Yeah, that they definitely helped me. I think beforehand, it all felt like it like wasn't gonna happen because I'm a huge fan of his show anyway.
Yeah.
So I obviously knew who he was and the whole like guest list and everything. The guys that are usually on there. So I was like there's no way this is actually going to happen, right? Like, there's no way. So I kind of tried to ignore it almost, but then on the plane, they were like, "Yo, you're confirmed. You're going on." And I was like, "Fuck, I'm a little nervous now." But I mean, they were so good and so cool. Like everyone in the studio just made me feel really comfortable, and
That's good.
yeah, it rolled on. I think about as good as it could, and I love doing this stuff. I love talking sport. I love talking dirt
Yeah.
bikes, especially, but sport in general. And yeah, I hope I can tackle some of the stuff whenever I do get done racing years down the line. And yeah,
Yeah.
I love this stuff, so I hope I can. It'd be cool.
Dude, we
have a third seat. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you can come on the show whenever.
Colt and I share one thing that is, for the past 30 years or however long it's been, has been very sad. We're both Cowboys fans.
Oh, terrible. Dude.
So
It's
terrible.
awful.
So,
It's
oh
terrible.
my gosh,
Hey,
dude.
hey, my wife's a Raiders fan, so I mean, it's kind of
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So
You're
yeah,
you're in it
I
with
mean,
us, then. You get it.
bro. It's
Yeah.
bad. So but real, thank you for joining. I'll see you at San Diego. We'll chop it up and save me a jersey one of these times. We could hang it up in the studio here.
2 of them.
So
Yeah,
or 2.
absolutely. Got you guys.
I
No
love
worries.
the
Yeah,
greedy.
thanks for
I
having
love
me
the
on, man.
greedy. You know?
Hey, but keep doing what you're doing. You are a
Mm.
fan favorite of the sport, and we root for you, dude. Like, we think that you can do big things in the sport. And like you said, as long as you're out there and you're just having fun, you know what I mean? Go have fun. I think you'll do big things, dude.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, anytime. You boys let me know.
All right,
Thanks,
cool.
Colt.
I'll see you this weekend, man.
All right. See you guys.
Bye. Man, I
No.
wish I was going to San Diego.
Colt, you could just show up.
No.
Just roll up.
Nope.
Yeah, that was great, dude. Colt is such a good interview.
He really is.
So-
I remember watching him on there, and just exactly like everything you said. You know what I mean? Like, he did. It's like somebody went on a show that goes on there. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And for someone to be like him, to be on a big stage like that, he did so well.
Yeah, he did.
You know?
All right, so we do need to wrap up.
Yeah, dude. 6:37.
But we still got to talk 250s. We could roll through it quick, but we still got to talk about them.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it. I was completely wrong. Ansty, I owe you an
I
apology.
wish this wasn't live so we could just roll the clip back.
Hey, Max Ansty, I apologize. I said you had no shot, but I will say it wasn't like Deegan was leading and Max Ansty chased him down. But the dude did pretty darn good and impressed me. He rode super well. Deegan keeps getting pinched off in the starts. I don't really know exactly what's going on with that, but he's getting pinched off. If he gets those starts, he's untouchable, just like he showed
said
in the
it
first.
was also his gate pick. You know what I
but
mean?
dude, he won the first heat. Like, what do you mean? He had the bet. I think
he switched his gate.
Oh, he shouldn't have done that.
So he had a good gate, right? But he switched his gate to the one that he had in the heat race. He said he never should have done that.
Yeah. So I give Max Ansty credit, but I will say, and you're going to play the clip. Compare to do anything against Hayden?
I think Max Ansty can.
No,
I said it.
Joe
Shimoda is the
all right. Okay.
guy.
Yeah, you got it. Robbie was right. I was wrong. But I did not think that was going to go the way that it did. I didn't think Ryder D was going to be there. I did maybe when I saw him at press day and stuff like that. But I didn't expect him to. I didn't expect him to do what he did. Chance Hymas rode really well. Levi Kitchen is, still, it's just
Levi Kitchen, I think had the fastest lap time.
Yeah. I felt bad for McAdoo too.
Dude.
I was like, he was doing good. And then he went down.
You know what I want to figure out is when teams, right? You got 2 dudes on Kawasaki, both in the same gear. They look exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
I got Levi and McAdoo mixed up so many times at the race. I'm like, oh, here comes Levi. Nope, that's McAdoo. Like, I don't know why. Don't you think they would want to switch it up? Do they want them to look exactly the same?
No, they've been doing that
the
for so long.
The only difference they had was the color of the goggles.
Yeah, and then Levi looks tall and lanky. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
when McAdoo went down with Hayden, I thought it was Levi.
Oh, yeah.
I really did. I'm like, oh my gosh, there goes Levi. And then here comes Levi around.
I think to me and I'm going to say this about A1 and you could also say this about the Prado situation. I don't put too much into A1 when it comes to the results because weird things happen
besides
at A1.
Eli.
Yeah. And like it's just odd. And so I'm giving, Max's flowers and he rode so well and he chased down on what did he do in the? Now I'm trying to think. This is the hard part about being on the floor is you forget like everything because you're not like watching it from up there.
Yeah.
But Max rode super well.
He did.
You know, he
had a huge lead.
Yeah, dude. He was checking out. He was so shocked that Ryan Garcia. I'm just remembering that, but that Ryan Garcia was there at the podium.
Was he?
Bro, at the podium, he could not believe he kept talking about like I couldn't believe
he knew
Ryan Garcia.
He was probably a fan of Ryan then.
And so it was cool to see. I think Deegan still is. I mean, dude, the guy won the championship last year after placing 6th. So it's not that big of a deal.
Hayden never. It's as Hayden stated it himself. He never does good early in the season, right? It's got to take him a little bit of time to warm up.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Especially A1.
Especially A1.
Yeah.
A1's crazy. So let's move to 450s real quick.
No. So,
okay.
But I really do think that on Deegan is whatever's going on with the starts, that's been a thing with his where dude, if he, as you saw in the first heat, he checked out and, you know, went and got the whole shot and went. I think once he gets a whole shot or if he starts out front,
it's going to be really hard. I'm trying to
remember chat. If you guys in the chat, and Gomes would probably know this. I don't know if he's gotten the lead off a whole shot or early lap. I don't think he's ever been chased down and like beaten. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't think.
No, I don't think he's ever been chased down either. Chased down to where he's gotten the whole shot and somebody chases down and beats him.
I don't think so.
Without him making mistakes. I don't think that's.
I don't know, dude. No, I'm like I'm racking my brain. I don't know. But so you had Max Anstey, Chance Hymas, Ryder D, Hayden Deegan, Mosiman rode well. Hunter Yoder rode well.
Yep.
Avery Long getting a 9th.
The club guys were killing it.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Voland was killing it in the first heat.
Yeah.
They were doing so well. I was like, wow, these Club MX guys are good. They're going off right now.
Yeah. So Hayden Deegan, I think we'll figure it out. I think, you know, he'll still probably win this championship. But it is good to see. I mean, at least you see somebody that's competing with Hayden, and you know, it's kind of the same thing. Like I want Jet there, but it would be good to see somebody compete with Jet.
Oh, of course.
You know, so
of course.
All right. So speaking of moving to 450s, let's get the Prado thing out of the way.
Yeah. Let's do it.
That was unbelievable.
By Eli, it was.
I'm talking about Prado. We got to talk about Prado.
Eli's teammate.
Dude, you're just all Eli, dude.
Okay. Prado did really, really well. He really did, right?
Unbelievably well.
I wouldn't say. I think he did really good. I can't say he did unbelievably well. Why?
Are you kidding me?
Eli and Roxon had a 25-second gap on him.
So what, dude?
He did really well, but I wouldn't say he did unbelievably well.
That dude compared to what he was last year, and I feel validated. I feel a little validated because I've been backing Prado for a very long time.
Yeah, he did.
And I'm like, he's better than what he's shown.
Of course.
For him to get a podium.
Of course.
Dude, it's his 7th Supercross race ever.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like he and how bad his season was last year. It to me is unbelievable.
No,
unbelievable that he was really able to do that.
Yeah.
And I get you. I hear what you're saying is they gapped him. I don't think Prado's going to be the race winner, especially week in and week out. I'm starting to believe he might be able to win one. You know, like I'm on the hype train, bro.
I don't know.
I have 2 funny stories. He did very well. The first funny story is I'm going up the elevator to the press box. Julian's in there, and I confirmed he is a KTM guy still. He was in his whole get up. Yeah, Juju was in there, and he goes, "Hey,
he posted something today saying he's going to be at the thing on Thursday."
And he goes, "Who's the dark horse?" I'm like, "You?" Like I'm like, I don't know, what was I supposed to say? You know, like he was asking me who the dark horse is, and I'm like, and I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. He goes, Prado. He goes, dude, I've been watching Jorge Prado ride for the last however long he's been hurt, right? He's just been watching the dude ride.
Yeah.
And he says he has put in so much time.
I'm sure he has
effort. And he goes, and I've seen how fast he's been able to go
I'm sure
on the bike. You see, and what Colt was talking about is you see Prado doing things on the bike that is like super trick, super, you know, like very technical.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I watched him do it on the track. And I'm like, all right, he looks different. Like he 100% looks different.
I 100% agree. Even when we went to KTM and watched him right there, I felt like he looked different. Now he's on a bike where he's feeling more comfortable. He's on a steel frame, not an aluminum frame. I expected him to do better.
Yeah.
wasn't blown away like, oh my gosh, did you freaking see Prado ride? I wasn't blown away like that. I expected him to do better. I really did. And that's exactly what he did.
I can't believe you. I'm so disappointed in you.
And it's also A1, bro. If he continues, and he does that at San Diego and then A2, then I'll be like, okay, damn.
It's not fair. You're moving the goalposts on him.
No, not.
Yeah, you are.
No, not.
Dude, everybody
You're
last
basing
year.
everything off of one race.
Last year, if I told you last year when he was getting, 12th or 15th or whatever it was, especially in motocross, like where he would DNF and stuff like that. And if I told you he held off Tomac for a heat, right? He held off Tomac. Tomac could not. Doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter. You win by an inch or a quarter mile. Winning's winning.
Would I believe that?
Right?
I would.
Nah.
You want to bet? You know what? Okay, here's why. Yes, it is. Here's why. Because at that time, he wasn't trying.
I think he was trying the best he could.
No, he was not.
Oh, the best he could. Yes, it was. Yes, he was. For the best he could.
The best he could?
Yes.
Colt.
He wasn't comfortable. He was scared.
Colt even said it. He said he was giving up.
Yeah.
So listen.
If you ever want Jorge Prado on the show, you better start talking nicely.
I'm just speaking facts. I'm not dissing the guy or anything. It's proven facts.
I'm just saying, dude, what he was able to do.
So what he did last in 2025 season, right? Yep. Was not, I don't think he was trying at all. So when he goes to a race where on a bike that he wants to be on is actually trying, I expect him to do better.
I don't know, dude. I think you're moving the goalposts on him.
No. Do it the next 2 rounds and then I'll be more blown away by it.
But I just think that for him, how bad he did last year compared to what he's doing now or what he did Saturday night is just massively impressive.
You 100% believe in yourself or believe to yourself that last year he tried as best as he could. He didn't give up at all. He literally put 100% effort into everything.
I think he was terrified to push the bike as fast as he could ride, and he didn't want to get hurt. I really do. And did he handle it the right way? No. He's admitted that. Like he said, he wanted to, do different things or do it differently and all that stuff. I do think he really said, I'm going to hurt myself and it's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
That's okay.
I like Prado and I want him to win. I think he's great and I think he's good for the sport to have a guy from MXGP, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do outdoors.
I do too.
I am not putting too much into.
So I'm saying San Diego, it's going to be Jorge Prado. It's going to be, I was trying to think of some random names. Garrett Marchbanks, which that was not good.
That poor guy.
The whole Cowie thing, dude. Like it maybe like.
Okay, you want to talk about Chase?
No. So, but on the Prado thing, the last thing I'll tell you on the story is I was right before I saw you in the pits.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking around with Ruth and she was really thirsty. And so I was like, oh, where can I get a water from? And I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to KTM and like grab a water from their fridges or whatever. And so I grabbed 2 waters. And as I look up, Prado's standing there. And he's like, and he goes, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, what up? And I'm like, you feel pretty good. He goes, very good. Yes. I'm like, are you losing? Like, he seemed like he was like slimmed down, but he was already skinny, but he seemed like he was slimmed down or whatever. I'm like, and then all of a sudden, all those words that Juju was saying, I should have believed right then, like, dude, this is going to be special.
Yeah.
Like it was, I don't know. I was impressed by it. I do think not yet he's vindicated. But I do think that there is an element to, put a little respect on his name, a little bit respect.
They were just fine. Like I said, I like Prado. I want him to win. I want him to do better. I expected him to do better.
Okay.
Seeing him, those results, I've expected that. And so I think a lot of people have expected that out of him.
Oh, what place was Jorge in? Apex, $2. Apex says, before the red flag, what place was Jorge in? I do not remember.
He was up in the front.
Was he?
He was.
Dude, he gets pretty good hole shots.
He does.
He was at 20th? There's no way.
Was he?
Was he really in 20th? Eric Reynolds, you better, dude. You better not be lying to me.
The one that they got the good picture of the video of him hole shotting, he was in the air while everybody was still on the ground. Was that the restart?
Oh, it had to have been the restart.
Maybe it was the restart then.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
I don't think maybe. Okay. So if he was 20th, here's the thing. We're not going to bring the show down, guys. You guys are bringing the negativity into this show and you're siding with Robbie right now. And I don't like it.
There's no negativity.
Okay? I don't like it. I don't like it right now. All right. So we're going to move on because you guys are saying things
Let's talk about Chase Sexton.
like,
we got to go anyways.
So yeah. So it was weird to see Marchbanks not qualify. He did go down. You know, everybody's gonna blame Cowie. It's not the bike, dude.
It's not.
It's just some people just don't gel.
You can't blame Cowie, bro. He rides a Cowie.
Is
regardless, even from the 250s. It's not like he came from a different manufacturer.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So you are smart. You know?
So
I just think it was a weird, funky thing for Chase.
Here's the thing with Chase, right? Chase was the fastest qualifier, and in the main, he also had the fastest lap.
Yeah,
at a 104.
Okay,
right, and then what was the other one? I got to think of the other one.
Speaking of lap times,
I think what the issue with Chase was the heat race crash might have injured him. Maybe hurt him up a little bit, made him sore and everything. And then in the main event, he crashed again.
Yeah, could have.
He's doing Chase Sexton things, not a Kawasaki thing. Chase Sexton things, right?
Yeah,
and then the dude jumped off the track like 4 different times.
I know. I did hear about that. I never saw that.
What the heck?
I never saw it while I was there. I saw Roxon jump off the track and then jump back on. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I do understand, you know, like Chase definitely is somebody that is doing that on multiple bike there is a thing with that because he's done it on a Honda, he's done it on a KTM.
Yeah, it's a Chase thing.
You know, like, and so, but he'll figure it out and he'll win races. And hopefully it's one of those things where like this race doesn't, you know, it cost him the championship like it did last year.
Like I said, it's also A1, dude. It's funky, right?
It is funky.
You go in a few races and these things are still happening with whoever, you know what I mean? Chase, Marchbanks, freaking Prado, whatever. Then it's like, okay, this might be how everything's going. Yeah. So speaking of, where'd it go?
You lose it?
So Robbie, yes, my name is Robbie as well. Where do you buy your hat? You can go to the 23 Media Instagram. In the bio, it'll take you to the website. Studio 23 Moto.
I don't.
Something like that.
I have more, but so Robbie Bergeron, email or send me a message on Instagram. I don't think that link's live anymore. I don't remember because it was like a limited edition hat.
Okay.
So send me a DM and we'll figure that out. So anything else in 450s?
Yeah. How about that 25-second lead? Eli and Chase.
Eli's a freak of nature. He's still doing it.
25 seconds, bro.
He's good. Eli's good.
Yeah.
He's very good.
And he moved away from the scoop tire
Roxon
too.
almost got him. He was chasing him.
Towards the end, he was catching up to him.
Yeah.
Did he just back off because they were pushing a pace that Roxon didn't want to do? Or was Roxon
was chasing, dude. No, Roxon was chasing.
He was, dude.
He was.
But it got to the past like couple minutes, couple laps where he kind of, Eli started pulling away again.
Yeah, it was close, dude. Like I was watching it and all of a sudden,
he was gonna get him
because with about 7 minutes left, everybody flocks to the finish line.
Right.
And to get videos and pictures of the finish line.
I told Karina because we were standing right there, or just sitting right by the whoops on the other side of the whoops and a little bit before where the finish line is. As soon as that fireball went off, right, it looked like a bunch of freaking heathens run into the freaking the podium, dude.
Yeah.
I told Karina, look at everybody. Look at them all. Look at them all. They're all running.
Yeah, you got to, bro.
You were one of them.
You got to get the shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was close to running him down. It was impressive. The last note I'll say, and because I forgot to say it,
I made some notes.
Is Prado lap times. That was the other thing that was impressive. He was consistently running the exact same lap times throughout the heat. So throughout the main, which was really good. Oh,
also,
before I forget, before I forget, our boy Zach.
Oh yeah,
where's your jersey? All the way from Australia.
Sent us some jerseys.
All the way from Australia. He runs my logo.
Anymore,
he runs my logo. Look at that.
Yeah.
All the way in Australia. Look at this.
How is this for a picture?
I'll do the show just like this.
Yeah.
Because this is what they have to wear with all the bugs in Australia. They got to wear these over their head.
It's backwards.
So I gotta hang them up in here. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. But I gotta hang them up in here.
Dude.
And so shout out Zach. He's been a good friend all the way from Australia and follows this show, you know, constantly hits us up, talk shit, all that stuff, which is great. We love you, dude. Yeah, we appreciate you.
A few things, and then we'll get off here, right? This was Eli's.
I do have Instagram questions.
This was Eli's 12th consecutive year getting a race win.
Oh, wow.
Which is cool.
Damn,
right?
He's old.
Ken Roxon looked like he didn't gas out at all. He looked better than he typically does, right?
His fitness is insane.
It looks like his fitness has gotten a lot better. Everyone was struggling through those whoops, dude.
Dude, they're bad.
Besides,
they were so chewed out.
Besides, which he was a little bit, Roxon. When everybody started jumping those things and was chopping and going back and forth, Roxon was still blitzing those things,
if I remember right, he was either going all the way to the left or all the way to the right. Because right in the middle,
Right.
it was toast.
So a lot of people were getting crazy on that. Here's a couple other things. So Prado on the Kawasaki, he had 12 days from the start of Supercross season on the Kawasaki, right?
Oh,
He was on 12 days on that bike before Supercross.
Is that true?
On the KTM, he's had a full off season of training for Supercross on that bike.
Uh-huh.
Just throwing that
I don't know
out
if
there.
I believe that.
It is.
I don't know if I believe he only had 12 days.
Max Anstey is the oldest 250 winner.
There had to have been 250
Ever.
and 450, that oldest ever.
250 and 450?
Yeah. Like it had to be. The combo has to be.
So Sexton had a 104 in qualifying and a 106 in the main. He was fast enough to win the main event if he could have put it together.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how
good.
he was still fast.
Yeah. And then Hunter Lawrence, yes, somebody brought up. Ando was blocking Hunter. Yeah, he kind of was, dude. Ando rode
did
super
Ando
well too.
take Hunter out? You saw that?
I can't remember.
It was in qualifying. It was during the day. It was in qualifying.
I wasn't there, dude. I was doing softball stuff.
There's videos, bro.
Dude, it was stressful.
All right, that's
Saturday
fair.
was stressful. So, all right, let's
get.
let's get to these Instagram questions.
Hunter is looking chunky.
Is Dat Moto Guy 77, is Cowie the problem bike? It seemed Chase was riding like Jorge last year.
No.
I don't think so. I think it's just they'll figure that out. If it keeps happening, then maybe. C Jacqueline 3. Chase Sexton, is he overriding? I don't know yet. I can't answer that question
I
yet.
can't go off A1. Give us a few races in, then we can kind of figure that out.
T Sains _10. I'm sure you're talking about it, but 51 being down that long was a sad thing to see.
Yeah.
Yes, it's freaking sucked.
Heartbreaking.
Speaking of Zach from Australia,
Hey, mate.
shout out Australia. Was Prado correct about the Cowie? Not yet. AZ Scroll 457. How many races do you think it takes Chase to figure out the bike?
I think by A2, he'll be back to
Dialed.
Dialed.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
A2, Houston, Arizona, somewhere around there. I think he'll get it fine. Eric Reynolds,
I know
this
that guy.
dude sent me a freaking picture while I was on the floor shooting.
Is the picture of you?
Yeah, dude, he sent me a picture of my shoes because I was wearing On Clouds.
Oh.
And because I normally wear hiking Vans, but I'm like, I got a pair of like waterproof On Clouds or whatever, and they're super comfortable.
That's nice. Hey, you were on the floor and I FaceTimed you when I was in the
why
stands.
were you trying to do that?
Because I said, show me the track, bro. Make it feel like I am not in the stands right now, that I'm down there with you.
I couldn't do that.
You did.
So,
yes, you did. What are you talking about? You turned the phone around and let me watch for a few.
Whatever. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have answered. Yeah. And
I called you like 3 times down there and you answered.
Eric, yes. The On Clouds. I will always wear Vans on my everyday shoes, but like running around all day long and being on your feet all day long, the Vans are kind of hard to deal with. And then also from Mr. Eric Reynolds is thoughts on the earlier start. It was nice getting home early, but the opening sucked in the day. Yeah, I would much prefer like the lasers and the fireworks and all that stuff, the flames. But to me, if this means we have to give up opening ceremonies so we can have more people on the East Coast watch it, which then brings in more money, more viewership, more sponsorship dollars, and then we start getting paid $1 million a year to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Can't wait to get paid millions of dollars a year.
I'll put it at 10 a.m. Let's start the race at 10 a.m. Why not? Let's just race at 10 a.m.
No.
Okay, never mind. Mike Gomes, all he said is Ansty, so we're going to move on because I don't know what he's saying with that.
You know exactly what he's saying.
Mike Gomes also, easy on the Prado hype. A1 is anomaly. You're an idiot, Mike Gomes, so don't care.
Agreed.
C Titus 7. Did anyone get good answers on why Barsha went unattended for so long? We kind of hit it on the front of this podcast. I think it was just a really weird miscommunication, misunderstanding. It was the Alpine Stars Medical Group is great. They don't really ever do that. They don't fail very often. And I think that they would say like they could have done a better job, but thankfully he's okay. He's fine. You know what?
Rufio says, I feel like the Cowie falls short when pushing at E-Light level speed. But then again, they are the science of SMX. Or they are the science of Supercross. And Cowie surely knows the best and can get the bike dialed.
That's true.
I like that. That's
a
cool
good
comment.
point.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty funny comment. And then the other one was the opinion on Ducatis. Those bikes look good.
I like them.
They look super good.
I like them.
And I'm sure that they followed me like randomly on Friday. Yeah.
Oh, hey. So
yeah, that's what I was like. Whoa, dude, what's up, Ducati? Yeah, I'm like, you guys pump it in like, like let's go, baby.
All we need is 2 bikes.
3.
Yep. All we need is 3 bikes.
We need a studio bike. So if anybody wants to give a studio bike,
20 grand a piece a month,
at least.
Yeah.
And
we'll be all right.
All right. So anything else?
I get
winners. Who are we picking for next week?
Eli.
Okay.
And 250s?
Yep. Are you doing podium or you just want to do winners?
Just do winners.
Okay.
So Eli and Nancy again.
Eli and Nancy.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Deegan and who do I pick? Oh man, it is hard to
or Roxon did.
Roxon. I was going to say Roxon does really well. I'm going to say, oh man, I want to believe in Sexton so bad. All right. Until I see it, oh man, I'm picking against him and it feels so wrong. No. Nope. I'm following my gut. It's going to be Deegan and it's going to be Sexton.
Okay.
Deegan wins 250s. Sexton wins 450s.
All right. Where's my 20 bucks?
Remind me, I have to tell you a story about RJ Hampshire off air.
Okay.
And my real homies hit me up. I'll tell you. So everybody out there, thank you for watching. Remember what I said. Tell a friend. Go out there and share this with people that like Moto stuff. Yeah. We need your support. We need your help.
We didn't pick a thing for the Yoshimura.
Oh, dude. Good.
Okay.
Wait, that comment was good. I love that comment.
What comment?
The Science of Supercross was hilarious.
It was.
Oh, but
it was really good. But I said, put in there, tell us why. I think somebody.
He just said pick a comment.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do it then. You pick.
That's who it should be. Who was the one that made that comment?
Robbie Corley.
It was not. It was
Rufio banning 223.
Rufio gets it. Oh, 223. That worked out. Perfect. Okay. So you get it. You'll get the care package. Send me a DM. And then I'll get you all the information. So send me a DM on Instagram, 23 Media. Thank you, Firepower Parts. Thank you, Factory Effects, Ethica. I'll have a code soon for Ethica. Mika Metals, handlebars, chains, sprockets, all that stuff. Go out there. Best Pizza and Brew. Yeah.
Which we're going to do a show at.
I have more feedback on that. We can do a live show there. We could either do it next Wednesday, or we could do it that Tuesday, that following Tuesday. After A2, you pick. You let me know.
I want to do it now. So,
all right, we can do it tonight. So
I can't do Wednesdays.
Like this video, subscribe this video, or subscribe to this channel, comment on it, all that stuff. Everybody that watched it and everybody that followed along, thank you, Colt. Thank you, Big Eve from Yoshimura for joining. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna go eat some chicken tacos because I'm starving. Robbie has to use the bathroom. We are out of here. We love you guys.
I got to pee so bad, dude. I really got to pee.